We fucking accept destiny.
We fucking accept destiny. That was close. It was close. It almost redeemed. You know, it was a few minutes, like 30 seconds behind. We were very close. You're right. I should have hit replay on the alert right when it came up. It would have been perfect. Oh, missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Okay, wait. Okay. Yeah, I think it's about time to start. And we're gonna fucking accept destiny, guys. We're gonna fucking accept destiny. Let me turn on my light. There we go. So the plot in this game, the plot's getting super thick. It's the thickest
Something
plot.
feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So thick. We're in the Death Star, or what is like kind of like it's a reverse Death Star. Instead of blowing up a planet, it like sucks up a planet. It just eats everything. And then we went to this dungeon, and some crazy shit happened. The will of the planet is talking to us now, so that's a thing. And I didn't fight any bosses before I got here, and I cut off right here where like some serious, like, we're going inside of whatever the hell this thing is. We don't know. It could be anything. Hi, Cookie. Thick waffle. That's some thick plot right there. Yeah, we're gonna learn some stuff. We're gonna learn some mysteries. We're gonna learn all about Shion's thickness.
I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
Apparently, things are gonna be real bad after this point. Like, we're going into a turning point in the story where it's like, hey, buddy, did you save? Do you want to go anywhere? Do you want to finish any side quests? Because this is the point of no return. Apparently, this isn't even the end of the game. We're just at a really a crucial point. So, the only way is forward into the thickness.
Save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learned can change that.
Nothing can change that. Except for, like, maybe a giant boss that one-shots me. That might be able to change it, just a little bit.
Hold up, you guys.
Wait,
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious.
Oh, that's right. I turned off all the.
You visited in your past,
We
right?
turned off all the straw hats for
We can check it
maximum plot thickness. That's right. I kind of miss the straw hats. I think those enhance the plot.
This
Oh
looks
no!
like
I took
some
off
kind
Law's
of
glasses.
research
What was I
facility.
thinking? I was
A
a
laboratory secreted
bad
away in the
person. I was a
Forbidden
stupid
Zone.
person.
Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Law looks terrible without his
Let's
glasses.
check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Waffles, I require entertainment. And entertainment you shall have, said.
For the people of Lenegus, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing
I
within its
love that
hallowed
this place is
halls.
called the Forbidden
It's
Zone.
off limits even for lords, then?
Perfect.
Talk about an exclusive club.
That's the most
Being
anime
exclusive
place.
is one thing, but how many
The most
important
anime
facilities
place in
let only the
existence.
sovereign?
The Forbidden
Doesn't
Zone.
that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it?
You
when
think
you
it's
were
just like
growing
one
up?
guy, just a
No,
really
not that I
badass
can
engineer
remember.
is like, yeah, I've got this
Then
whole
again,
entire place to
Sovereigns
myself.
and forbidden zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
So who's
The Forbidden Zone.
Who's
is a
maintaining
hallowed
this?
place
Who's cleaning it up?
at
Do
one
they have
with the
maids?
Sovereign's authority. Grounds of the one
If it's
true
like top
ruler
secret,
who presides over
who's
all
cleaning
Renans.
it?
That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose.
True purpose.
And why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
They just turn on the computer and it just like a giant movie theater pops up and like just a giant porno starts playing and they're like, oh, that's why they kept it secret. Oh, that explains a lot. I think it's time to go. They're just like, no, we're out. That'd be so funny. Just hentai starts playing, they're like, what? I think it's time to leave.
I think I can make this work.
Don't do it, don't do it. The porn's gonna pop up. You're gonna see hentai. Don't. I take it back, it's the
Well,
Matrix.
Can you make
It's actually
head or tail of it?
fanfic.
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup.
Reverse
The creation of a governor
sucky
central
magic
figure,
powers.
taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Hey, it's me.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment.
That's words. That's a word
That
I
must be the
understand.
master course. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden.
Yep, of course.
Not to mention
I knew
the
that.
fact that the
Yeah.
contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of
Oh,
grand
there's a guy
scheme.
with like
What
just
about the
going,
Sovereign?
yes.
Does it say anything else?
Oh, please. I want to meet the guy at the top
Where do I
going,
start?
yes.
All I've
Dance
read so far is the
puppets.
headlines.
Where's
so
the
much here.
where's the big
To
dance
sift
puppets,
through
man?
all of it would require specialized. Wait,
What is it? Did you find something?
it's a list of
I
names
found
with the title
fan
Test
fiction.
Subjects, Sovereign.
it's
It's your
labeled
call.
Super
Read it.
Sexy Sonic X Mario Time.
There must be dozens of test subjects
We
listed
have to
here.
explore further.
Hundreds
There
even.
might be information
All of
about
them
Lenegus in
failures.
here.
Wait, I think I found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA.
Well, that's just
Unique
racist.
adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Hey, me! Hey, me! I am an experimental subject, apparently. I mean, we already knew that.
Engineered me. Right here in this lab.
I mean, we already knew he was an experiment, but he's like, is he
Alvin.
artificially created?
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Am I a clone?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA.
Am I getting
Unique adjustment
memories
index, generation,
of,
NA.
like, old me
Given
that
name.
was not clone?
Volron.
Oh, freaking Vol.
Volron?
Oh, the bad boy.
That means-
Oh, he's bad boy. I don't
She's
like
only
him.
sovereign because someone made him that way.
He's the
too.
guy with the cool sword.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on
and
whom
we're
the
destined
experiment was
to
a
fight
success.
each other. Yes. Oh, dang.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegus combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing
To
monarch
forge
shall
the
relinquish
X
their
key.
post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were
This is
told.
getting about Kingdom Hearts
But
level
according
plot.
to these records, there have only ever been 2
This-
sovereigns. neither of whom had anything to do with
If somebody says the word Keyblade, I'm out. I'm uninstalling.
It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
Uh-huh.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign,
Yeah, who's the
then who
dude who was
it?
like, yes, dance puppets? Was it like,
Crown
it's some
contests
mystical
have been held
being?
this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign.
Or is it Lady in Red? Is it
Meaning
Lady in
that
Red?
For the past 300 years,
Fuck off, Kirito.
someone out
I
there
know, I
has
took
been
his glasses off.
maintaining
They
that
really
law.
need to go back on.
The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
Is it her? Or is she just
Possible.
another puppet?
But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind
Yeah,
this
she's not the
scheme.
mastermind. She's just playing to the
She could be
mastermind's
working for
whims.
someone else.
Is it gonna be
Someone
like
back
you
on
run
the
into
Renan homeworld.
a final boss and he's just gonna be like, it was me the whole time, and you just fight him and
Either
that's
way,
it?
it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
It's kind of the plot of Final Fantasy IX. It was just like, oh yeah,
What
it
about
was
the
me!
data records?
Haha!
Is there no other information
You
that
just
could
fight
help
this
us?
like interdimensional deity.
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've
There's
barely
also
managed to
a
scratch the surface,
crazy
mind
amount
you.
of fan fiction.
You won't be able to
I will
through
read
it
this
all,
off to you because there
but
might
you're
be
welcome
hints
to
in
take
it.
a look through what you can
Mario
while we're
looked
here.
at Sonic, fully naked, laying on the bed provocatively.
I'll do that.
Don't leave.
This is
I
where
don't think we
Godfrey
need to.
became the sovereign. And Volron as
Sonic beckoned with his finger.
well. The significance of this location would
Like,
suggest
come over here,
It
Mario.
looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it?
That's a lot of
Is there really
questions,
no other
man.
way?
You know how we can
Or
figure
could
them
there
out?
be some other reason?
Beating the crap out of some
Dohalim.
bosses. That's how we figure out everything in this game.
Forgive me.
Go murder people
Alphen.
until you find the answers.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or
Yeah, it really wasn't a surprise. Like, we
It's
kind of knew
strange.
you were already
got all
artificial.
this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then
I feel like I could just
No.
punch anyone
Then
right now.
we'd help you fight it before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Just punches
Yeah.
Law in the face.
We wouldn't just
Ah,
sit
what was
by
that
while he
for?
spiraled
I don't know, I
out.
just
That's right.
needed to punch
No good
something.
can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back.
Thank you,
To
Kisara.
remind you where home is.
And I would be
Rylus.
happy
Hey,
to learn and
Rylus, what's up?
persevere, should you ever have need.
We're learning thick,
Thank you,
thick.
everyone.
Oh, the thickest plot. This plot is like plot
think I'll
pudding.
be okay
like,
now.
just 2 big, thick bowls of plot pudding. Just absolutely massive, heaving bowls of plot pudding. So delicious. I don't know what's gotten into me today. It's showing Lenegis structures. You can see pipes for transporting astral energy sticking out of them. Uh-huh. That's what they call them. Astral energy pipes. Got it. Select a topic to explore. Lenegis, detachable harvester, Mario X Sonic fanfic. Click. Alright, fine. We'll look at detachable harvester. A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegis' conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Danon waters, it extends 2 sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to the... Why do I need to know this? Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy. Yes, okay. So it does the reverse Death Star. It sucks up the planet. It goes... Detachable Harvester's 2 landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to an explosion of the previous model, which altered the planet's topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. So a nuke went off? A large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Anna's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control. So Rena's, so it's just sucking energy out of Dana and slapping it onto Rena, because I'm guessing Rena's a dead planet. That's still my theory. Rena's super dead planet. And that's what this whole space station's for. I'm gonna skip that because I don't feel like, unless it's Mario X Sonic fanfic, I don't care. I don't need to know the technicalities. All I need to know is, who do I swing my sword at next? Who do I murder? Room unchanged over 3 centuries. It's like time itself has stopped. Really not a lot going on in terms of furniture in these rooms.
Naori,
We're getting more. That's right. We're getting more flashbacks.
Don't talk. I have to do this.
Was the
I gave
place
you my
blowing
word
up?
that I'd help you return to Dana.
Is this while
The
everything's
next time
exploding?
You open your eyes, you'll be home.
but you...
In 300
My
years.
place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill.
So I was an experimental
I'm
subject.
sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
With this girl.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain.
And then she launched me down on the planet, and I was there for 300 years,
to go,
at which
Alphen.
point the beginning of the game began.
Farewell.
And I still had the mask on. But why didn't my mind tear itself apart when the mask
His
shattered?
injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term
that's why.
hibernation mode.
We have discovered reasons. They healed his brain.
The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system.
That's why he couldn't feel pain.
But...
Oh, it all makes sense now.
If I don't head back, Lennigus will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it.
Oh, we're in a starship. Okay.
I don't know if I can fulfill
We're
my
on a Star
promise to you,
Destroyer.
Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough.
So how did this not Shion?
Please.
The person that looks
Live
exactly
on
like
Earth.
Shion who's in my party. How did she survive for 300 years? How the heck? She wasn't in a hibernation pod. Did she clone herself? Was she also, is she just
That
like
vision.
continuous
It
cloning?
must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lennigus.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lennigus crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
she's literally like right there. She's like right next to you, or at
How
least
does
her
she know how
clone
she
or
felt?
something. She's like,
How do you plan on
her
honoring
face is
wishes?
exactly. She's definitely connected. At least
She kept
maybe
her
she's like her
promise.
daughter.
If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force,
Then
I owe it to
I
her
owe it
to carry on
to
her fight.
absolutely destroy some bosses.
Naori
Let's
was
go
the one
spank
who put
somebody
that
with a
mask on me
sword.
and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart.
Iron Face. The destroyer of
She knew
evil.
you
Can
might-
I put my Iron Face back on? Is that possible? Is it? Do I get the option to have Iron Face back on? I don't. You can't put the Iron Mask back on. It's stuck.
Lose your memories and sense of
broken.
pain as
It's
a
gone.
result.
It's stuck off.
But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Okay. I'm so confused. What is happening right now? Oh, this looks fine. This looks final bossy. This looks like a boss room. Is this a boss room? This is not a boss room. I take it back. This is not a boss room. This looks nothing like him. This couldn't possibly be a boss room. Of course not. That would be crazy. It's only giving me super use heavy treat. That's a very high-end healing item. I think the game wants me to be thankful, but all it does is make my butthole clench in terrified, just worry about what's going to happen next. I feel it always gives me super cool items right before I fight something super powerful. So we're just going to save it.
This place.
This is normal.
We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course.
Oh, why does the ground squish? Oh, I hate it. Oh, why is ground squishy? Oh, don't squish the
After
ground.
300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
Why is it so fleshy looking?
So
This
this
looks
is the
like-
place where you and
This is
Naori-
very like, I don't know if anybody
The Renis Alma isn't here now.
remembers like
Nor
the
is the Red
original
Woman, it
Ocarina of
seems.
Time stuff. This looks like
I know
the
it's difficult,
Nehru
but there will be
Nehru
time to
level in
dwell on the
Ocarina of
past
Time.
later.
Very like
For
fleshy.
now, we need to keep moving.
Ugh.
Come on.
We're inside a giant fish. Squish, squish, squish. Don't, Cookie. Don't, please, no.
Naori. What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time.
I've no
It's like
idea
she's
what's
speaking
happening.
directly
This
to
is
us.
this is some Kingdom Hearts level craziness. What is happening?
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it.
Uh-huh.
About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told.
They made us
The
read
Sovereign-
Sonic X
They
Mario
linked
fan
Alphen's
fiction
consciousness
for
to the Vegas
hours.
itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That
Okay.
day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening.
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion.
I saw Mario
When I realized that vision
Hugging
was a
Sonic.
prophecy of the apocalypse
Kissing
we were about
Sonic.
to unleash,
loving Sonic.
I couldn't go through with it.
It was just too much. I couldn't.
But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could.
Yeah, the power of
Using my
Iron
abilities
Face.
as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me.
Is that why we get
But it
Fire
was too
Sword?
late.
The Fire Booba Sword?
Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done.
Oh, so you blew up the Death Star back in the day. The 300
With the
years
destructive
ago Death
force
Star.
still slumbering inside of me. I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how.
Did you try distracting your... Did you, like, maybe
Especially
read a good
since that
book?
power
Like,
was
books are cool.
astral
They
energy
really...
itself.
You know, people don't
In which
understand
case,
how
ironically
calming
enough,
just reading a
The
book
Renis
is.
Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first.
Drugs. She took drugs.
With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
That seems safe. Yeah, let's make a nuclear bomb. No, that's a good idea. No, that seems like the best idea.
It was not
what
to
could
be.
possibly go wrong?
The Renis Alma was lost. And Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. To buy the world what little time I could.
So you put the powers of a nuclear
the time
bomb.
needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. And for a new Sovereign to appear.
Oh, good idea. Oh boy, that's a
Even
genius
if by doing
idea.
so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well.
So we are a descendant. That's why she has the thorns. She has the destructive
Forgive me.
power sealed inside of her.
I never meant to
I get
burden
it
the
now.
future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have
That's
done.
why Shion has the
Wait,
has the
you can't
thorns
just-
power. The power that like anybody she touches absolutely gets a buttload of pain. Okay.
Naori.
So much plot, so much
That
thickness.
message just now, was it directly
so
from
thick.
Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
I feel like I feel like this entire room is just filled with buttloads of drugs and they are just completely tripping balls. Oh no! Okay.
What?
What the heck? Did we just get new
These are
outfit
the
change?
clothes that
Costume
Naori and I
change?
wore during the ceremony 3
Oh
centuries
hell
ago.
yeah. Oh, costume
So you're saying
change.
this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and
Oh,
enhance
baby.
them.
And they appeared
Next
now
level
because...
drug power.
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight
These
against
were the drug
Thorns.
snorting costumes. This is what you wear to high parties when you're doing
These
all
outfits
the
are
cocaine.
directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time.
I'm sorry, the astral
They're
energy.
here. It must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the
digging the new
dark
outfits,
astral
though.
energy
I
inside
love
Shion,
the new outfits.
thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what
They're
Naori is suggesting?
100% wearing these.
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic,
Sentience?
it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma
Our
would have
drugs
the
can
same
become
ability
sentient?
on a larger
Oh
scale.
no. Oh, that's a terrible. Oh no.
We have a
That would
Maiden
explain so
Sovereign.
much. Sentient drugs.
Now all we need is the Renis Alma. And we'll finally
They've
be
literally
able to
they
free you of
they
your
pretty much
thorns.
were. That was the ceremony that
Shion.
was the pairing of the maiden and the
It's
sovereign.
possible?
Was pretty much a wedding
You really
ceremony.
Think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the
She doesn't
spirit
look happy
channeling
about that.
ceremony already failed once. Even
She's
if
like-
our goal is different this time,
But that would mean we
can't
have to
be
do
sure the
so
same
many
thing
drugs.
won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right.
What kind
It's
of
the
game
barest
would
sliver
I
of a
enjoy the
chance.
most? Oh, that's a
But
very
if there's even the
difficult
slightest hope it
question,
can
Ninja.
work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I don't really have like a specific
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but
like I just like games in
I just
general
can't seem
if
to
they're
help
good. I don't know if that's really
just
bad. That's
hearing there's the slightest
genre
chance,
topic
even
stuff
though I
like
know
that.
the
I don't know.
world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
Hold on. We'll wait till the cutscene's
No,
over
it
and
isn't.
then I'll talk
You
about
found
that.
hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Yeah. You do all the drugs and
Thank you.
read all the Mario X Sonic fanfic.
Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
I mean, the Red Woman has it 100%.
Yeah, we can
Like,
protect the world and save Shion
for anybody
at
who
the
doesn't
same
know,
time.
I
the
too
Red
shall
Woman
lend my
kicked our butt,
services.
stole
My
the
knowledge
Renaissance
of Ren
Alma,
and lore
which
is bound
contains
to be a useful
nuclear
asset.
And they
power
say
levels
modesty is
of
dead.
astral energy, super drugs. She stole it from us, and so we gotta go
Miracles
find
just
her,
seem to
right?
follow wherever you go, huh?
That would just make sense. Also, Volran,
How do you know it's me
who
they're following?
apparently is not dead,
We're all in this
still
together, Shion.
alive,
You included.
which is gonna be fun when we run into him.
let's
Volran
get
being my
moving, shall we?
rival artificial
we had an apocalypse to
creation
stop.
counterpart.
Thank you, Naori.
I actually don't understand what benefits
So
were given to
Naori
us
sealed
that
away
we
the
have
power
that we
made
didn't
me
have
lose control of
before.
myself. She stopped my rampage.
I know we like learned
Saved my
things, but
life.
what did we
And
acquire that
power she
has
sealed
changed
away was
anything?
passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong.
Do we get new
What
powers
happened
with the
to you was
costumes?
because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories,
Is the reason for your curse.
the thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a
Reading
deserved
Mario
smack,
like Sonic fanfic,
embracing everyone. All the normal
dreaming,
things
dreaming about Alpha
that
and
people do together.
hugging
I
me,
always wished I could
kissing me,
experience them for
making out
myself
with me.
and finally know what they were like.
Dude,
Is it really
Shion, hold
okay
on.
for me to
Shion,
believe
stop,
it can
please.
happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else.
I will
going to
destroy
live.
any bosses. Just as long as there's a boss I can hit
There
with
are a
my
lot of
sword.
things you
You know,
still
if
wanna
it's
do,
if it's like a
right?
Yeah.
middle ground graying kind
You're
of
right.
area of
It's such a
morality,
strange
we're kind of
feeling.
screwed.
I
But
know
as long as there's like a
that we still
direct
got
bad
plenty of
guy
fighting
that
up
I can
ahead.
hit with my
and
sword,
it's for my
we
sake,
will save you.
so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Okay. Oh, I got a new emblem. Okay. Later. Oh, Shion got a new emblem. Yeah, more Maximum Ag. I love Maximum Ag. I realize. Advanced Healing Art that restores all allies' HP. Oh hell yeah, we are 100% equipping that one. We are 1000% getting Shion that ability. Holy crap. Oh my goodness gracious, that changes everything. This means Shion will never leave my party ever. Shion will always takes, oh my god, CP 80? Holy crap. Just one use of that takes out like a fourth of my CP. We got a whole bunch of new items. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, we got a whole bunch of new equipment. Let's go check it out. Adorable couple. They really are. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, behind all the cynicism and stuff, this is actually adorable. Okay. Oh, they already equipped it, so I guess it's just better than everything I have. Okay. Alright, I'm taking the new outfits. Okay, so yeah, it's just an outfit I can equip using the, just the outfits tab. Okay. Nobody else gets cool outfits, just them. Okay. One thing we have to do. One thing we have to do before we continue on. I can't take it anymore. I feel like Law is just not without his giggle glasses. Like, he needs the giggle glasses. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, Law was just not Law without the... He needs his crown, too. You know what? He needs his crown. Where's the crown at? Where's the crown? There we go. All right, there we go. Now this is the Law I know. This is the Law I know and love. Oh, that feels so much better. Man, I didn't even know who Law was without the crown and the giggle glasses. Okay, yeah, Ninja, now we can talk about. So what kind of game do I enjoy? At the inspiration, you need to code your own game. Let's see. What kind of game do I enjoy the most? You know, I'm a big fan of... That's a really hard question to answer because I like all different types of games.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
I enjoy
Position demanded
games
nothing less. From the sound of
with a
things,
lot of
she didn't
like
focus on differences,
soul
least
and
of all those
passion
between
poured into
Renans
like
and
the
Danans.
lore and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like the hidden kind
It
of
was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible.
like
And then she saved my life.
you can tell when
by
a
sending me
game
back home
has
to
had
Dana.
love
Not only that,
and
but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis
kind
for
of
the sake of her
passion
people.
poured into it in
It sounds
terms
like
of
she was
like
quite the hero,
lore
all right.
and
truly caring
development of the
person.
game
It's as if
concept.
walls meant nothing to her. The one separating the Renans from the Danans.
Like a
or
game
herself from
like
others.
Inscription.
She had
You
no need
like
for them.
Which basically meant
just a
that
simple
she never
card
had
game.
anything
It's
to
like
break down in the
whatever.
first
It's just a
place, huh?
card. It's a deck builder
Yeah.
that somebody built. But it
I
had
think you
so
may be
much.
right about
You could
that.
tell the heart behind the lore.
You
and
inherited
and the
that
passion
legacy.
put behind everything.
Her
that
wish
was
for the
in
world.
Inscription.
Don't I know it?
Or
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we
hold
can
on, hold on.
aspire
We'll
to.
wait till the. Is that it? Is that done for scripts? Yeah, okay. Are we done for I mean skits? Skits are done. Okay. Inscription confuses you? It confuses me too. Also hi Astro. But you can tell there was some there was some passion put behind it. I'm a big fan of games that really make you think. Games that, despite me being a big dum-dum and is like, "Duh." We play game and me go kill things. I really like the idea of a game with more to it that meets the eye. I say Inscription. Omori is one of the games I've been playing recently with Tama. A lot of care and passion went into the background of stuff like Omori. Despite its very apparent flaws, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, it definitely has some passion put into it. You can see the passion behind it and the lore that's supposed to be hidden behind there, even if it is extremely flawed with a few areas where the game is mega glitchy. I can deal with a few glitches. Overall, I would say the passion behind the game beats how good you are at programming, how good you are at making a game. I think if you have heart and soul put into it, no matter what it is, it's going to be a good game. At least to certain people. You may not be the most popular game on the planet. It may not be the best, most highly rated game. But they will have a cult following of people who
That's quite
understood
some
your
door,
passion
all
for it.
right. This might finally be it. The heart of the
Minesweeper,
beast.
best game ever.
We'll
100%.
find the Renus
The deep
Alma and the Red
Minesweeper
Woman
lore,
inside,
my
right?
favorite.
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this
Because I
one
grew
for
up
us,
on that kind of
Sovereign.
stuff. I grew up on like
Go for it, Alpha.
JRPGs, and those were the kind of games I was really into. I mean, yes, there's games with just good gameplay that I really enjoy too. Like, I play the heck out of Super Smash Brothers. I need to play that on stream sometime, by the way, because I play that a decent amount, and it's just one of my games. It's one of my go-to games when I
Time
feel
to
like
see
I need
what
to
secrets
chillax,
are
and
in
I just
store.
go play Super Smash Brothers. Go die to really high level players. You need inspiration for actual content of the game? Oh, well, if that's the case, I mean, really, I don't, because, let's see, for actual game content.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now.
In terms of
It looks completely
gameplay,
different.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty partial to RPGs.
Actually, this place, it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even
I'm
stronger
really
here.
partial to Metroidvania
In a
style
portion of the
games,
city
too.
reserved
Like those kind of
purely
games,
for the
really,
Renin
I love
Sovereign.
those kind of games because it's kind of
Maybe
it
he
fits
just
all
has
those
strange
bars.
tastes?
It fits the weird
This
lore.
place looks like it has been
This is
here
really
for quite
why
some
I'm
time
really
now.
like I'm kind
If
of
its
hyped to
design
play
were a
Hollow
matter
Knight.
of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago.
As
Or
someone
perhaps
gifted me
even
that.
further back.
Um,
Still, this isn't the sort of
I think-
decadence of taste spoken of in
who was it?
artistic
Who was it?
circles.
Give me the.
So
Oh,
what
I feel
is
so
it, then?
bad. Who
Hold up. Decadence? Artistic circles?
was
When a
it?
preference
Was it
is
Fraser?
indulged to
Sir
its
Fraser?
extreme,
Was
it
that the one
descends
who
into
gave me the
kitsch,
money to buy
eccentricity for
the
the sake
Hollow
of
Knight
it.
games?
I'd
I'm
be
kind
happy
of
to illuminate
excited
you
about that one.
further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that
You're
art
possibly
fills
the
isn't
worst
the
horror
stomach.
dev imaginable
It's the
because you don't get
soul.
scared. Oh,
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the
Thank
void
you,
inside
Law.
your head.
Shut up!
okay. All right. Let's go forward. I will say the one issue this game has. You know, despite everything I was saying about the passion and stuff like that, I love passion, but like a thing a lot of developers forget about is pacing. You can't have and this is kind of just a fault of a lot of the Tales of games in general. They have before I continue this, the Tales of games are so notorious. You go through story for like 4 hours straight of just nothing but story. And then you have like 15 to 20 hours of nothing but grinding and side quests. Which, I mean, I love the amount of content that's in Tales of games, but they really have to learn how to pace their stuff. They have no concept of pacing in these games. It's just like just massive lore dumps all at once, and then just nothing happening for like 10 hours straight. Which has always kind of been my big criticism of Tales of games. I love them so much. I've been willing to look past it, but oh my gosh. There's just too much lore all at once. Here we go. I think we're fighting another boss.
Volron
Squeaky time!
really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait though, something doesn't seem right here.
Place. Oh, once more, the powers must be united, born from the fires of
Volron, you okay, buddy?
its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Renna, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him?
That's a
Lost
good
himself,
question.
Reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
I cleaned my room the other
look!
day. I cleaned my
there!
room. I don't know where.
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but
He's like, wait,
are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
hold on. I gotta grab some. I put him over there by my other boxes. Hold on. Okay.
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
Thank you, Astra.
But for what purpose? What could
Ironic
possibly
that you're
need
here. They're
astral
talking
energy
about
on that
astral
sort of
energy.
scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless,
So he's like a prisoner?
cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy.
He looks like he was captured by the aliens from the Aliens
That
movies
said,
and put in like
We should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now,
Looks like he's about to
that
give birth to a
most of
chest
all.
burster.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the
100%
time,
he
Law.
is. 100%.
The Red Woman.
Oh shit! Oh
So
wow,
I finally
that
found
escalated quickly.
I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
God, I hate those black inky eyes. Oh no! Oh no! This isn't even my vital form.
Who the hell?
Oh shit!
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
I don't know how you came to that conclusion, but okay. All I know is I need to slap that with a sword. Red Woman X1, Red Woman X1, Red Woman X1. Alright, we're gonna fight 3 Red
We don't
Women.
fight. We may as well be sitting just here.
Good point.
Okay, alright, they've got a lot of okay, I'm just gonna swing over there. Ow. I really don't like the red discs. Raining! Wah! Could you stop it with the red discs? I would really appreciate it. I think this entire battle is just dodge roll the game. Okay, we're just gonna slap him with everything. We're gonna hit him with all the boost attacks. Every boost attack we have, I'm hitting her with. I don't care.
No further.
We are going to switch strategies too. Okay, I have the use every item in your inventory strategy. Okay. Also, hi Super. I'm sorry I missed you there. I see you in the chat. I'm super. I got distracted talking about my optimal game. I know I was 0 health to you, Ninja. My bad. I know I did not help you decide on a game to pick. Because, I mean, honestly, there's no one type of genre I love. I'm not very good at first-person shooters. I can say so. As long as you don't make a first-person shooter, it will be. I will probably like. Hi, Immortal. Get good, son, bro. Who needs to get good when you have chicks versus super sword? Wait, hold on. No, that was wrong button. God, stop hitting me with the super sword! And I missed half the hits. Okay, and I'm dead. Okay, I feel like she might be a bit of an issue. This red woman, not gonna be easy. Those discs are really annoying. Come on. Raining slash, raining slash.
I never miss.
This one's all mine.
Here's a healing art. First aid.
Said you got an idea who to make into another cheerleader. Do you like waffles? Please no. Oh no. Oh no.
Bring you back from death's abyss. Here's a healing art.
Please no. Okay, she's blue mode. All right, time to leave. Time to leave. Strategy, switch, avoid. Is there a run the hell away strategy? Let's do focus on healing, fight with moderation, no items, save CP, go all out. There's no run the hell away strats. Okay, there's only stand there and take it. Take it up the ass. And Void Ghost, thank you for the follow. Hello. There's no just run away. Okay, good. That's okay. I'm okay with this. fine. We're just gonna sit there, and they're gonna take the laser blasts. Slap him with the stuff. Hit her. Smack her. Do the things. Come on. Okay, we're doing some decent damage. She's actually 2/3 of the way, or she's 1/3 gone. Can I knock her down? Yeah.
That'll bring you down. I'll be illuminate the dark. Let me show you what my art can do.
I just gotta focus on the rings. Those fire rings are the thing that I really gotta work through. Okay, we're almost down to half health. Half health. Come on, just let me get to half health. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't get a boost attack at half health. That is different from every boss I fought so far. I rolled right into the laser. I didn't think I was pressing that direction. I thought I was pressing to the left. I was pressing kind of forward into the left. And I just rolled right into the laser of death. That was not a smart move on my part. Ow. So the red woman is just a puppet. It's like, she hasn't talked at all. She just turned into these armor pieces and decided to attack her. So there's somebody else pulling the strings. It's definitely not just her. Right. I hate these rings. Okay. Oh, here they go. They've gone super mode. All right, time to leave. Okay, watch out for the lasers. Oh, shit. I didn't see that one going there. Okay, now I have super mode. Cool. Okay, we've got to try and get a whole bunch of a big combo on these guys. Okay, there we go. Ooh, here we go. All right, super mode activate. Okay, they're almost down to a quarter health. Woo. I am sweating balls right now. I hope I have enough healing items, because if I don't, we're going to be in big trouble. We're going to be in mega trouble. Alright, they're down to the last quarter. This means they're going to activate all their super godlike abilities. And they're going to be really hard. At least if it follows the general boss rules that I've faced so far. Or this isn't even their final form. If this isn't even their final form, I'm going to be crying. I'm going to cry. This does not feel like a story level boss so far, which makes me think that there's another boss to fight after this. I'm 100% guessing that I'm going to have to fight another. Cover my AP or AG or whatever the heck it's called. Ow. So much shit happening. So many things happening. Ow! Freaking ow, man! Okay, knock him down. Use every boost attack. They're so close to death. Just everything. Use everything we have. All of it. Everything! Spam attacks! Ow. Fine. We're okay. Fuck. Not okay. I am less than okay. Heal me, please. Fuck! Oh! I forgot she used her super healing ability. The one that I just acquired. Just keep hitting. Hit him. Raining slash. My best move. Raining slash spam. Go, go, go! Here we go! Come on. Come on, they're so close. I just need to get 2 more raining slashes in. Kisara, are you gonna use your super move? Kisara, use your super move. And it's gone. Okay.
Look sharp.
Here we go. Yeah! Hell yeah! Easy boss.
Surrender. Fighting is useless now.
Oh yeah.
Do you think it's really over?
That's not even my final form.
Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
That's not even my final form. Not even my final form.
What? It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I might have to fight another boss.
I'm okay.
Boss, aren't I?
Just a little.
You redeemed the sexy? Thank you, Astra. The sexy was the final power that I needed to beat this boss.
Who said you could touch that?
A D&D mod for Minecraft? That'd be fun. That'd be interesting.
Damn it! He's awake!
Oh no, not
Thought as
Volron.
much.
Oh no.
So you know this place?
Oh god.
Naturally, it was built for me after all.
Am I gonna have to fight Volron? Please
We'll
tell me I
save
don't
that
have to
for
fight
another
Volron.
time.
He sucks.
More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Been there,
After
done
all
that.
this time,
We've had this conversation before.
insist on
Volron.
hating me. You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
So shoot him! Shoot him! He can't move, shoot him!
What you think?
No, don't wait for him to get more power. Don't wait for him to touch the giant crystal
Did
orb
you
in front of
really
him.
think
Don't.
that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Here we buckle
Were they
your
really?
seatbelts, guys.
We already know the title of sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
So is Volron from my home planet too?
All of those
Is he a
failed
Danon?
experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danon. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron.
Because they had the magical
They
powers.
were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boron was kidnapped just like Alphen?
Yeah, he's a
But
Danon boy.
then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right? Volron.
Is now really the time to have revelations. He is about to
So he posed
get
as a Renan
superpowers and
caused
kick
all
your
that
asses.
suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Good questions, maybe to be answered at a future time, when he is incapacitated and not about to break out of his
That is
shadows.
all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Touch. don't like her. I don't like the multiple versions of her. Whatever the heck she is. A robo squire of the big boss? Who is she? What is happening? I'm so confused. Oh, Volron does not look happy. He looks pissed. Bye, Volron. Hope you burn in the fire. I have a feeling that's not going to be the case. But see ya. Ball with the glasses. I know, I took them off for serious mode, but I couldn't handle him with the glasses off. I had to keep them on him. Everybody else looks super normal, but Law, nope. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. Oh, that's gotta hurt. She's got super zappy powers. If she touches anybody, they feel immense pain. Volron is pissed. Oh, bye, Volron.
Go. But no, I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Thanks, buddy. Love you too.
Let's go.
All right, bye. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything, who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
A little too intense right now. Why don't you cool down?
Are you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck
So
was
many
their
red
deal?
women. So many aliens.
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers and Faria
Are they
in
like
a trance?
robo soldiers? What the heck is the red woman? I'm so
What,
confused.
Those brainless things? Either way,
They don't
you've done
talk.
A runner with the Renaissance.
They just do things.
Damn it, that's the second time now.
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way.
He couldn't feel pain at the beginning, but he got his sense of...
We can
When
head
the
them off
Iron
to
Mask
Rena.
came off, he got a
Did you
sense
say
of pain
Rena?
back. Because the Iron Mask suppressed the
Volron
nervous
mentioned a
system.
master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
We'll give you that.
So
idea.
this thing over on Rena. That's
We gotta
what's
go to
really
Rena?
behind all this,
Oh,
huh?
hell
They have
yeah.
the Renaissance in their grasp already.
Let's
So
go,
it's unlikely
baby.
They'll have cause to return to Dana.
Let's go see what
I
Rena's
agree that
like.
Rena's our best shot.
Oh, come on. Yes,
Then
we're
we're
going to
agreed.
the
Head back
third
to the
planet.
starship.
We're going to a whole different planet, baby.
But seriously, I was
Oh,
not
time to take the
expecting Volron
spaceship to
actually
Rena.
be
Let's
here.
go.
He seemed to care not one whit about Brennan's or Danan's.
Yeah, and not in a good way like with us.
Before we go, we have
I didn't see
exposition to
that
cover.
coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it.
I mean, they
One
had
minute they look
giant
perfectly
black
human.
scary eyes.
Next
so.
thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying
They were
thing
just-
anyone
they were
said all
robos.
day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalie? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never.
All I know is they
However,
had the
if they're
world's
the same
worst
as the
hula
red woman
hoops.
we've seen with Volron.
They had terrible
I think it's
hula
safe for us
hoops.
to assume they understand our language at the very least.
Arya,
Just so much I wanted to
I
ask.
love.
About
I
what?
imagine Arya is like
She loves
browsing
Thorns.
some other section, just
Unfortunately,
like browsing the
they blew
internet or
themselves up
doing
before they
whatever,
got the
and then
chance.
just hears Law speak
Why
up,
would
and
they
it's
do
just
such
like
a thing, though? To take
just
us
the
with
inner
them?
consciousness of
Or
Kirito's
in order to keep
voice.
something
Just
hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears.
she literally has to tab
They
back in
took
to be
off
like,
with the Renaissance
"Shut up,
too,
Kirito."
remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we
You're
meet
really
them, we're
gonna
going
hate
to
it
make
when I
sure
do the
they tell us
DLC of this, aren't
everything
you?
they know.
Where literally it's this team versus Kirito. There's a Sword Art Online DLC where I fight Kirito, which is hilarious. that the same voice actor is in both in the DLC as two, like, Law and Kirito. Where am I going? Am I going the right way? I don't think I'm going the right direction. I think I wasn't supposed to go back there. I guess I was supposed to go back there. Okay, we were on the next level. Got it, okay. Guess we're not going back to Volran. You need to play the game? Which games? Which games, Astra? The Sword Art Online games. Oh yeah. Those are... I have not played the Sword Art Online games. I've just watched the anime. The anime kind of sucked until Season 3. I liked the first part of the anime, and then Season 3 was really fun. It was really good. Other than that, it was okay. Season 2 and Season 4, not that interesting. Or Season 2 and Season 3, I mean. Yeah, Alicization was really good. That one, I need more of that, please. Gimme, gimme. Touch. Yeah, all my CP and HP fully recovered. That's... Usually you would think that's a really good sign, but for me that's a bad sign. That means that there's another boss coming up. That always means there's another boss. If it fully heals my HP and CP, that means there's a boss about to show up. Right about... No, not... Okay, I'm gonna fast travel. I'm gonna fast travel because... Oh, I cannot fast travel. We have to escape this legit way. That's why it gave me extra. Excuse me, pardon me. Okay.
Go no further. Bring him down. Never miss.
Break these guys because I got armor. Law's really good at killing guys with super shields and stuff like that. That's his ability.
Astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
Oh wait, what was my drop move? There we go. I was doing all these air combo moves and I was like, how do I get back down? Ow, ow, ow. I gotta do better than, like, dodge rolls. Dodge rolling is... I died. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. You know, I can accept this. Who's casting magic? Alright, who cast that spell? Who was that? Was that you? Was that this guy?
Angry.
Was that the fortified marksman? You're going down, buddy. I can't have you casting super crazy spells at me while I'm fighting. Definitely not cool. Take him down, take him down. Okay. Got that boy. I forgot how hard the enemies in this place were. The enemies in this place are freaking ridiculous. This is definitely one of the hardest dungeons, besides the end game. Stop him! Stop his shields! Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, we got it. The best part of SAO is SAO is bridged. You're not wrong. You know, I take it back. That is the best. I still haven't watched it all the way. I was watching that with Riku and everybody before, and I still have not watched all of SAO bridged. And I really want to finish that.
Say no more.
Kirito is such a Gryffindor. Is that a...
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky.
Oh, wow. What? We just got a lot of items for that map. Oh my god. Oh, we just got so many things for that. Wow. That was interesting. I wonder what happened there.
Gotta break through.
Time to finish it. Yeah, I need to finish that. 100%. Maybe we'll do that after stream. Better than start. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, Immortal. I don't, are you guys gonna be around after stream? So is Griffin? So also, just in relation to what Arya said, is I don't know a whole lot about Harry Potter. I know the basics. I know the gist. Is being a Gryffindor a diss? Is that a diss? Should I be concerned when somebody calls me a Gryffindor? Isn't that the house Harry Potter is in? Isn't that a good thing?
Look sharp. Lightning
Gryffindors are idiots who run headfirst into danger. Oh, so they're anime protagonists. Got it.
Look sharp.
Got it. Okay. I'm down for being an anime protagonist.
I feel sprightlier than before.
Oh, look at all the items I'm getting. Holy crap. It's not a good thing. Gryffindor is where pro tags go to. Goddamn pro tags. Let's be real. Nobody likes the protagonists. Everybody likes the people around them. That's where animes truly shine, is the people who surround the protagonists. A lot of good animes, the protagonist is literally just a sounding board for all the actually interesting characters to bounce off. I'm a big fan of the animes where the main character, like, everybody's absolutely insane and crazy and nuts, and the main character is just the voice of reason. He's like, what the hell is going on here? I don't understand. I love those kind of animes. Where just everybody is nuts with the main character. The main character is super boring. But like, just the only like down-to-earth character in the entire anime. I can't really name any specifics right now because I can't remember animes for the life of me. They all, in my head, they all kind of blend together. I'm a Hufflepuff. You care about everyone and are super loyal. Are Gryffindors not super loyal? They just care about running headfirst into danger. Gryffindor is where the protags go to, and Minarius is definitely that. So. I don't know. I'm so confused. You know what? I think I would make my own house. I don't want to be part of like 4 different houses. You know, that just seems like a very... I think people are more unique. People cannot be split. Here's my take, right? People cannot be split into 4 different categories. There's a way larger, different set of personality in people. I don't care what if magic is real, if magic is fake, if you are really good at casting spells or you're not. There's way more different types of people than 4 different types of people in the world. And shame on you, Hogwarts, for trying to categorize people into one of 4 different categories. People are way more diverse than that. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of different categories of people. I don't even care what your personality test says. There's so many different types of people. And what really brings people together is not which different categorization you put them in your so-called houses. It's truly what they have in common and how well they complement each other in that commonality. You could be completely different people and work really well together because you are completely different people. I will say, Hogwarts, and you can write this down, Hogwarts, how dare you? How dare you separate these? How dare you only group these people together based on their personalities and you know, one or two contributing factors? There's a lot more that makes up a person. Said like a muggle. And that's why muggles rule the world and not wizards.
No,
alright? Who has logistic control of the world? It isn't the wizards. The wizards don't control the world. It's the muggles. It's the people with freaking nuclear bombs. The true people that control the world are the muggles. They're the ones with the real power. You can cast Expelloramus with your wand as much as you want. I got a gun. That's what you think.
What the?
The Illuminati's actually wizards.
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion?
If you
back
have
in
to
the
hide,
Forbidden
you
Zone?
don't rule the world.
Joe?
That's how it go.
You two.
Faria, Avakir.
Also, hi, Tama.
Thank goodness you're
Hi.
safe.
I see you, Tama. I was very busy in my rant. I didn't see you. there.
Avakir
I
filled me
apologize.
in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
Poinus is for all. Exactly.
She doesn't remember a thing.
Where's House
So
Poinus?
she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
When they made the houses, the head
What
of
difference does
Huffle
it
was
make?
like, "You are all idiots. I'm
What's
going to
done
take
is done."
everyone you reject because you're all stupid for putting them into boxes."
Stop casting
Exactly.
me off just for
Exactly.
Not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
People's
It's the
individualities
city's
are
core
what
reactor.
makes them
It's damaged. Some
are
of the
what
basic
makes
systems we've
people
managed
the
to keep online,
strongest,
but
not
complete restoration still a
being
way
the
off.
same or being.
You're an
Oh,
elite
you're
technician,
a
though.
smart person,
You
so
can
you
fix it,
belong in
right?
this house.
If so, then what's the problem?
And now
Panic's
I
begun
notice
to
me
set
of
in
you.
among
What?
the citizens.
Did I miss you before?
Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Also, this whole Death Star is about to go down.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
No, we
Suffice it
definitely
to
did not
say,
just
the
have an
Sovereign
epitome
isn't
in
the kind
the,
of ruler we thought he was.
in the middle of the Death Star.
That is, if he ever even existed.
Start with
Which
the
is
dress-up
looking
game.
doubtful at
It's the
this
simplest.
stage.
Yeah, there you go. There you go,
Are you
Ninja.
out of your mind?
Do a
Why,
dress-up
if
game.
people knew that a lord
I would
such
say
as
do a
yourself was
platform.
whispering such
Like,
blasphemy,
legit.
There's no time to explain now.
If
It
you
sounds
haven't
like we
made a
need to
lot of
find a
games
way to keep
before,
Lenegus from spiraling out of
I
control.
think doing a platformer
We need to
is a
stop that
good
riot.
place to start.
But how do we do that?
I think a platformer is going to give you all
Riots
like
feed on
that's the
discontent and
basic
unrest, right?
necessities of,
So if we
of
want to keep the
making
peace,
an interesting
we
game.
just need to put
I think if
people's
you can
minds at
succeed and
ease.
make a really fun platformer,
At ease.
you have a
Like by letting them hear directly from someone
starting
they
point
trust.
for a lot of future endeavors.
That's it. Who's the highest ranking person in Lenegus right now?
And honestly, it's not about what we enjoy.
Lenegus wouldn't
It's not
have
about
an
what
SC
other
line.
people enjoy. It's about
After
what
all,
game
you said
you
the
would
sovereign
enjoy.
rules over everyone directly, right?
Whatever game that you are
Correct.
really into,
The closest
Make
thing to an
that.
authority figure would be a lord.
because that's
The
the one
only
that's
one
going to have
left
the
is-
most effort and passion put
Ah.
into it.
Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
BTW, I'm quite drunk.
Hello, Drunk Tama.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going
Tama,
on?
are you okay? You've been.
Is it over? What's going to happen to all
How
of
much
us?
of the past week have you spent drunk? Give me an honest answer. Hold on, we gotta pause everything. I'm gonna chat. Hold on, some shit is seriously going down in this game.
It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elden
he should be in the crown contest. Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now.
I enjoy a game for exactly 2 days, 3 hours 17 minutes and 45 seconds. After that I will not touch that same game again for 8 months, 1 week, 5 days, 19 hours, 6 minutes and 12 seconds.
The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter. And things
Death Star's gonna explode.
I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find...
Space station just explodes.
I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among men.
Dohalim should just be the Sovereign. He should just be the
hope
ruler.
that you'll lend me your strength.
Because he's the shit.
For if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
What happening? Wasn't this place like melting down just a second ago? Wasn't
Your
that whole
speech
place
seems
on
to have done
fire?
the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
Dohalim
What
totally
you said
needs to be
earlier
the Sovereign.
about the Sovereign possibly not even existing. Was it true?
Maybe.
It's still too premature to say with any certainty.
There might be
But I
just a
believe so.
red woman and a crazy
This whole
insane
time,
person in charge right now.
This world we've been fed
possibly.
was a lie. Built on nothing but falsehoods.
So since you only enjoy any game for a short period of time, getting bored,
It can't all have been.
for a game you like.
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
Well,
I'd
I know
say
you
we
like
found
games,
someone
Ninja.
capable of doing just that.
Nobody's
Wouldn't you?
willing to code a game if they hate video games, so there has to be a game you like.
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first.
If you like playing games
But
with
once
friends,
everything is over,
you know,
I
make
shall
a
return.
netcode game.
But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader, the likes of which the people
Make a
here
game
are
about
used to, I
kumquats.
think.
Yeah, best
But how else do you propose to rule?
best fruit ever.
I'm not
Kumquat.
sure yet. All I have is
Just because it has the best name.
But here in Lenegis,
I don't even know what a
New Dawn is on
kumquat
the
looks
verge of
like or
breaking.
tastes like. I've never had one.
One in which people won't be
But it
judged
does
by
have the best
birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
Of course it would be.
When I
Dohalim's
bumped
like,
into you after all those
if you're good at the
years,
violin,
I
you
said
are
you were no
immediately
different.
upper echelon.
But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Tarnigan's death. To see a
Aw.
future.
He made up with his old band. Oh, Dohalim arc complete.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
Do we go through every of the characters' arcs?
I
before
guess
the
you're not
game's
going to
over?
make it to Menancia for the
That'd
foreseeable
be cool.
future, huh?
I'd like that.
Indeed. Forgive me.
Dohalim makes up with his
The people
band,
of Elda Menancia can look after themselves
Kisara
just fine.
reconciles
It's the ones
with
here on Lenegis
the
who
fact
need
that
someone to guide them.
her brother's
Besides,
brother's gone
With
forever.
you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of
Law just
coexistence
shuts
beyond
up
Menancia's
forever.
borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world.
Yes.
So the memories of the departed
I
shall
will
remain
be the
forever in my
lord
heart.
that they require. Thank you,
Remember,
Dohalim.
you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough.
As long as they can play
Whatever would I
music,
do
they
without
can
you,
stay.
Kisara?
But if they do not pick up the
With or
violin,
without her, I
then
suspect
they
you're gonna
will
have your
be
hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Oh yes, we get to go to a new planet. All right, here we go. I'm super hyped. I really want to see what Rena looks like. Is it a dead planet like I'm thinking? Like, cause I'm pretty sure Rena is a dead planet, and that's why they're sucking up all the nutrients off of Dana. So anybody who doesn't know, who hasn't followed the lore of this game, there is 2 planets. Rena is a super sophisticated, advanced planet that has existed for a very long time. Dana's kind of a more natural, newer planet that has like loads of astral energy, which is what makes up the world. It's essentially just how much nature is there. A lot, that's a lot of astral energy. And then there's Lenegus, which is kind of like the Death Star, an artificial moon created to eat up the energy from Dana, and I'm guessing transfer it to Rena. And
looks like the people of Lenegus
they
can rest
lie to the
easy.
people on Lenegus. None of the Renans have been on Lenegus, and nobody from Lenegus has been to Rena. So what is actually happening on Rena is,
in one sense,
a big mystery. Nobody actually knows.
I have been a slave this whole time too.
And the Renans have been enslaving Danans for a very long time.
Exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake,
also Dohalim is
all I
very
longed for was punishment, a lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master.
2 games you
what
enjoyed for a
separates
longer
slave
time
from a
is
free
League of
person.
Legends and Factorio.
At
League is
least,
mostly,
that's
just
what
mostly
Mars'
does
dad
not get
Zephyr used to
repetitive,
say.
so it has replay
Zephyr
value.
taught me how to
Factorio
fight.
also lasts max.
But in doing so, he
A
also
game of
taught me how
Factorio,
to
yeah.
live.
Before
Even
you
if it
start
means
losing your
stumbling
mind.
along the way. If it's
There's a
on the road
DLC
of our
coming
own
out for
choosing,
Factorio,
free of
apparently.
regret.
I don't know if you knew that.
Why?
Ninja.
That's the road of
They're
freedom.
coming out with like a DLC
Or,
that's like
to
as
put it
big as the
another
main
way,
game. Like it's
so
adding
long as his
up with
heart is
so much
compromised,
stuff.
Even the loftiest of
Which I'm
kings
really
is
looking
no
forward to
freer
because
than
I
a slave.
really liked Factorio too.
I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just...
If
so
only he
much
was
I
in my
wish I could
party
ask
instead
him,
of Law.
especially
Would have
now.
loved if Zephyr was in my
wonder,
party and not Law.
Have I been
Gotta
correctly
say,
carrying on the torch that
he was
passed
much
to me?
cooler. I lose my
I
damn
don't lose my mind in Factorio.
What do you say
I
we
get
check
bored
back
in
in on the
Factorio.
ranch?
The game is too simple.
How long have you known
Known what?
about the darkness I carry inside?
I lose my mind. I
You
think
seem to have been aware of it
once
for
you
quite
start
some
adding
time
on too many
Why
systems,
ask me now? What
because
does it matter?
once you get a,
But-
my problem in
Yes,
Factorio
I
is
have.
that I make a system,
I've pretty
I
much
make
known
something,
that
and it's
something
like,
was
okay,
gnawing
I've
at
got
you ever
something
since we
going over
left
here, and then I
Menancia.
have to redo all
So
of it.
basically, since
When
the
as soon
very
as I
start of our
research a new
journey, then.
technology, that lets me get more
Just when I
stuff, and I'm
thought I
just like,
couldn't feel more
"Duh,
ashamed.
no, I
Leave
don't
the
want to
past
remake
where it
everything,
belongs.
and then I get frustrated, and
We
then I
have
get
no need
bored, and
for
then
it
I
now.
stop.
You're forging ahead.
So I've never actually gotten to the
That's
end
what
game of
matters.
Factorio.
If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Let's go sleep at the inn. Dash buy some more items. I need more life bottles. I didn't use a single life bottle in a boss battle? Wait, what difficulty am I on? Was I on the proper difficulty? No, I'm on hard. Okay. Wow. I can't believe I beat a boss on hard mode without having to retry once. That's pretty impressive. If I do say so myself.
Kisara? Anyone at home in
baby.
there?
Sorry. Did I look
D&D
distracted?
is done again. Sad
Among
face.
other
Oh no,
things.
Ruku. Were you
To be
hoping it would
entirely
continue
honest,
on?
I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
I hope you had a good session.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable
Yeah, he made up with
could
his
be if he just
band.
put his mind
Now he's a
to it.
happy boy.
A prisoner
Yeah.
trapped in a cage
Still
of his
Halim
own
art complete.
self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and
Now we need to
strange,
finish Kisara arc.
knowing that he won't be needing me anymore.
Now we gotta finish Kisara
It probably
arc.
sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy.
Kisara should
right?
never be unhappy.
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting
Kisara,
go as her child takes his
100%.
first
Kisara is the
shaking and
mom of the
nervous
group.
flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
Kisara is
That's one way
legit
to look
just
at it.
mom.
I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
I want to be like Kisara someday. Kisara, teach me your ways. Teach me how I can be a cool, mature, awesome woman like you are. Kisara, everyone should strive to be like Kisara all the time. Kisara is the best. She's the best character, the best anime character I've seen in a very long time. Oh my god, I have so much gold. Okay, what do I spend my money on? I feel like if I buy the diamond stuff right now, I'm gonna not have enough money for the stuff in the future, so I'm gonna save my money. I'm gonna save my cash. And try to save up for when we get to Rena and we encounter some crazy stuff. Because I feel like there's gonna be a whole lot of new stuff when we reach Rena. So I'm gonna rest up. I'm gonna eat some grilled rat pig. I'm gonna eat some
This shall suffice.
cute,
Please,
delicious
everyone,
rat
have
pigs.
as much as you like.
Mmm, yummy. Mmm, I love cute animals. The cuter, the tastier. It's like eating Pokemon. Eldritch Horror - Old God themed deck builder RPGs. Oh, I love deck builders. I do gotta say, I'm a particular fan of deck builders. Those are really hard to pull off. You have to balance everything. It's a lot of balancing to do a good deck builder. I played Slay the Spire so much. I so much Slay the Spire. I loved that game. Slay the Spire was one of the best games I have played in a long time. I didn't even stream it because I just wanted to. It was like one of those games that I enjoyed so much. I just wanted to chill. It's one of the games like I would just sit down if I've had a rough day. I'd go play Slay the Spire and go whoop on, go whoop on some bad guys and Slay the Spire. It was just one of those cathartic games. But a really good deck builder is hard to pull off. It takes a lot of trial and error and balancing. So it's really hard to do a good deck builder. I tried this one a while back called Clay made it. The ones behind like Don't Starve and stuff. What the heck was it called? I can't remember the name of it. I think it was like Griftlander or something like that. Was it Grift something? Griftlands. It was Griftlands. Griftlands, really good card game. Not as good as Slay the Spire, but is still a very good deck builder. If you're a fan of deck builders, go try Griftlands. It's a very good one. It has you build two different decks as you go along. You build the combat deck and the diplomacy deck. Thank you, Tama. Thank you for your contribution to this stream. Hope you're doing good, Tama.
thought we'd
New
find
planet?
answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding
New
more
planet?
questions.
New planet. Oh, here we
You can
go.
say
We're
that
taking a
again.
spaceship to a new
And now we
planet.
have
Oh,
more
I'm so
problems to
hyped.
fix, too.
Oh, let's go.
Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Let's go!
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissalma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally
Why
find
not
them?
all of them, Ninja?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh, okay. Wait. Hold on. Wait. I feel like this is gonna be intense. Okay. Before we continue, I gotta go pee. No, game. How do I pause? Okay, hold on. I gotta go pee super bad. Something bad is about to happen. We're about to be fucked. So I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom so I can pay attention to what's actually going on. So I will be right back, chat. Give me a second. Oh, it's about to get intense. Here we go, we're gonna go to another planet. We're gonna die, probably get our spaceship exploded by the woman in red. She's gonna murder us, we're gonna be screwed. Alright, here we go, guys. Why do you suddenly envision mining for diamonds and someone going, "It's time to duel you with my creeper deck"? Oh, Minecraft-based deck builder. Yes, let's go. Well, We're dead. Okay. Wow, that's all right.
Damn. The hell just happened?
That's such a good question, buddy.
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Why didn't they just teleport us
Quite
into the
bad.
middle of a
We've
black
lost control
hole?
of the ship.
That's what I
Is
would have
all
done.
of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone, look there!
I knew it. Rena's fucking dead. That is not a planet at all. That is a hollow husk of a planet. That planet is gone. Yep, I knew it. Rena is totally dead. Rena had the apocalypse a long time ago. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh no, it's eating our planet! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we're fucked. Delicious planet power! Slurping it up like a big old planet noodle. The fuck is that? Huh? What is happening right now? It turned into a giant flower. Did that planet just turn into a flower?
Blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all
In
of
that planet flower.
energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
That planet, big flower.
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
Probably not.
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it. Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
That's a good question, Alvin.
A
That's a
flower
very
of
good
oblivion.
question. Okay, so we're not going to Rena.
With everything
Rena
that's
just
happening,
big,
we need to get back
big,
to Lenegis.
giant eating
Is
apple.
the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
And now flower.
Can you fix it?
Apple flower.
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
What's this button
So
do?
what?
Ejects
We're
everyone
stuck
out the air
inside
like.
here floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're
Yeah,
watching
well,
Dana
that's
die before
literally
our
what they
eyes,
just said.
and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Literally everyone just said that, Law.
You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
Is the Death Star activating his gravity beam? So much happening. That's another spaceship. Or is that our space? That's our spaceship. Oh, look, is that the Lenegis? Is that another Death? What? 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 Where am I? This turned into Star Wars real fast. This went from just like running around on the planets, hitting people with swords, to like Star Wars, and very quickly.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegus in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
So the red women teleported us over here
We
to
haven't been
this
ambushed,
space station.
so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still,
Why
why
are we
would
at
anyone
this
want to
space
bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Let's go say hey. Let's go hang out with the whoever's here. Aliens? If I see aliens, I swear to God. This is like a giant refugee ship?
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours.
Nope, Big
Still,
Apple.
though,
Big Apple core.
I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
So many
Beats me.
good questions.
I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens.
Nope.
But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Who's the wise guy?
Someone formidable
Who
enough to
summoned
bring
us
our
here?
starship along with us.
Hey,
must
who's
be here
that
somewhere.
wise guy who
Let's
summoned
find
us
him.
here?
Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No.
Don't. Law,
What
no.
the- Oh, right. The thorns.
Law was about to do a
My
bad
bad.
touch. Bad touch.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again,
Really
Law?
enhanced
Can't
by
you
the
even
fact
go
that
a
he has
minute
those
without putting your
glasses
foot in
on.
your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling
As a
like they're
DM,
walking
what's
on
your opinion
eggshells
on
around
level
me.
3 with 20 AC and
Besides,
shield?
I'm the one who should be vigilant
Oh,
about
the shield
not touching
spell?
you guys,
20
not the
AC
other way
naturally
around.
without the shield spell?
Actually,
What the
I've
heck
been
are you
meaning to
playing?
ask. Not being able to touch
That's
people.
insane. As a DM, I
Does
would
it
be
ever get
extremely
lonely
frustrated with
sometimes?
that. That's what I
I
have to
guess I
say.
never really thought about it in those terms.
As a DM, I'd be
It
like,
was either accept it for
nope.
what it was or come undone.
What the heck is that? That's got to be over.
Before long,
I
it
don't
was
think
just
there's any
part of my
class
everyday
naturally that would
reality.
have that much.
I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone.
Yeah, I can't really think of
I
any
did.
combo.
Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even
artificer with
recognize
medium
it as
armor?
loneliness?
Even then, I think
I
that
don't
only
know
gets
how
to
you
like
managed.
18 AC
It's
at
fine.
max. How did you
I
get
know
to
I'm
20?
not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down?
You don't have to
Even
touch
Alvin.
someone to be
I
you
appreciate
know, just
the concern.
as long as you're hanging out and
Until
you
I get rid of these thorns,
talk to 'em.
I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will
you have a
come.
cloak of protection and,
I'll be ready when
a
it
plus
does.
1 armor. That would
Yeah.
explain it. Yeah.
Just hang in there.
I
One day,
personally, as a DM,
we'll
wouldn't
share a
give anybody
big,
a
warm
plus
hug.
1 armor and a cloak of
You'll
protection
see.
at level 3,
I
but
promise.
but that's pretty dang good. That would be very hard to make encounters around. You'd have to come up with magic enemies. at level
Are you
3.
out of
That'd be
your
pretty
mind?
tough.
This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
You gotta
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making
Oh,
me start to feel
Kirito.
nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
They like
Staying
each
alert
other.
is important,
They're in love
but too
now.
much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
So many skits.
That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. and then the Danon side responded.
For Battlesmith, you have steel.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after?
Yep.
Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
That's a lot.
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
Data lot, Riku.
Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Okay, let's move on to... Okay, we can't go to the upper level. We can go to the central level. I don't know where we are. Where are we? Good question. We're just hanging out in a plant nursery.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Forbidden.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move.
It's just like, hey, what up? I was watching some movies. I was chilling. I was reading Mario X Sonic fanfic.
Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
Yeah, it can do things.
What are you?
Good starting question.
Hevrect 35.
You've literally stumbled into Star Wars.
Is that your name?
This is a droid.
What is this place? No, wait, before that. Just what
How did we stumble into Star Wars? What?
Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
Why didn't they just blow us up then?
Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
Beep boop. Computing. You are all
I
fucked.
examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Ejecting out of airlock.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
We just go flying out into space. And game
like
over.
it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
Yeah, this went super duper Star Ocean.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helgenquil.
That did not answer anything.
The
In fact,
red
that
women
raised
you
more
encountered
questions.
Previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helgenquil?
Our true forms are small
You
gray
are on
aliens
Dake
with large
Phasal,
eyes and
a
heads.
celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
My explanation for this
A
is
question.
astral energy is just drugs.
What is this great
It's all
spirit
drugs.
of which you speak?
Just all drugs.
Is it
Just
something
too
that
many
rules
drugs.
over your kind?
Correct. The great astral spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second.
Oh, someone
Could
was
this
high
great
when they made
spirit
this
be the
play.
true sovereign of Rena?
Someone had been smoking something.
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
The voice of the planet speaks to us, man.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with
You
the
know, for
will
once
of
I'm with
Dana
Law on
back in
this
the
one.
Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrek-35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in
Now that
logic.
we're out of drugs.
The
Now that
voice
we're out of
Dana
drug
is
range.
much smaller and
We've
quieter
stopped inhaling
compared
the
to that
secondhand
of
smoke
Rena's
of
great
astral
spirit.
energy.
Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
So many drugs.
The Great Spirit's
drug
desire
center,
is
you
to
might say.
consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state.
So it just wants to
As
eat
a result,
everything?
it has
Okay,
turned
so
its
it's
attention toward Dana.
It's a giant just black hole
Is
of energy.
that why the
Is
crown
that what we're
contest
trying to
is
kill?
necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Delicious planet.
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct.
We didn't do the drugs right.
A
You gotta
change in
really,
plan was
you gotta know what
required
you're
to
doing
ensure the
before you do
spirit
all the
channeling
drugs.
success.
You know, you gotta have a little bit
However,
of experience.
Recreating the Rena's
You can't just hit a
required
super bomb
vast
right
amount
away.
of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Yeah,
Nevertheless,
you didn't do
still
the drugs
haven't
right,
answered one of
Alphen.
Alphen's original questions.
You did bad
Just
drugs.
why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrek-35?
I was bored,
First,
and I wanted
it
some
was
chill
to confirm
company.
the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it
Have
was
you
to
seen
ascertain
my Sonic
whether you
X
would be
Mario
likely
fanfiction?
to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I can kill things with my sword? Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, did
I'm
you
ready.
just
Let's
ask
do it.
us to kill your master?
Oh, I'm down.
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegus has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan.
Who's the Great Spirit?
As we speak, Dana's energy is being
Is it Maxwell?
harvested en masse
Freaking Maxwell,
and
every
transmitted
time.
to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will
I know
not be
enough Tales
long
of Games to
before
know
all
that
is lost.
Maxwell is the king
You're
of
saying the
spirits.
destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning?
If it's Maxwell, I swear, I'm gonna go
We
spank his
won't let
booty.
that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
It's always Maxwell.
No. My primary
Freaking
concern
Maxwell.
is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize.
Usually Maxwell's not too
As
big of a
such,
bad guy.
It is my desire to see how your actions impact
Usually Maxwell's
and
like a
change
good
these
Great
systems.
Spirit.
However, I will not deny that vengeance also
But
plays
it's
a
always
part.
the Great Spirit. It's always like the biggest
Vengeance?
spirit.
For what?
In spite of our long
But there's
service to the Great
also
Spirit, our species is
there's
on
also
the brink of
Kronos,
extinction.
who was a pretty bad spirit a few times.
You mean you're dying?
I do remember somebody saying that, something about Kronos the other
At
day.
this stage,
when I was
it would be
talking.
wise for you to talk with the others. Ask
Kronos
them
always
what
a
you
bad
need
boy.
to know.
Yeah.
Once you have your answer,
I think it's Kronos.
return to me.
Now that I
If you
think
agree
about
to
it,
help,
I'll bet you it's
I shall
Kronos.
fix your ship.
Kronos is always a bad boy in
Just
Tales
how
of
many
games.
of you are there?
I think somebody was
I am
telling
the
me
only
about it.
Helganquil who inhabits
Now
Deep
that I think
Phasal.
back.
Hey! Hey!
You're waiting for
It's no
Saren
use.
to pop up.
I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
It's like, I have spoken. Fuck off, please. I'm gonna read my Mario X Sonic fanfic. Lots of vital signs being displayed. Okay.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long.
I got
I'm
so
not sure I
bored.
understood all of it. How about you?
Oh,
Doreen?
Kasara.
Were you
I
able
love
to follow it at
Kasara.
all?
It went on for so long.
very
I stopped paying
Everything
attention.
it's said about the
I
Renan Great
don't know
Spirit
what's
adds
happening.
up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy.
All the drugs. It all
That
comes
being
back
said,
to drugs.
Had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
I think somebody got
Why?
so high they
Astral energy is
achieved
supposed to be a
astral
force that creates and
superpowers.
shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other
We're just
thing
gonna go
that
slap it
concerns
with
me.
a sword. That's how we kill everything.
How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the
Is it though?
How do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevric 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on
If
the
there's
matter.
more going on, my
Let's find
brain.
out.
I don't know if my brain could handle it. I don't know if I can handle more lore dump. If there's more lore dump within the next hour, my brain is gonna implode in on itself. This is what I meant about pacing. You can't just constantly dump lore on people you can't have them grind levels for 10 hours at a time and then within an hour just lore dump everything onto them. That's what I call bad pacing. You've got to like spill the beans slowly over the course of that grinding, over the course of the gameplay. You can't just be like, and everything is revealed all at once, and just dump it on everyone. You have to pace out the story. That's exactly. You missed me talking about it earlier, Ruku, but that is 100% typically Tales of. 10 hours of random fights, 1 hour of crazy insane lore dumps. That's Tales of in a nutshell. I'm going back and forth. I would not want to do that. Let's go to lower level. Here we go. This station is 2 hours of lore dump. Oh no. Oh god. I feel like a lot of JRPGs suffer from this too. That's a big thing in
What is it?
JRPGs. They kind of
my apologies.
I swear they
It's
have
just been
two
so long
sections
since
when
I've
they
seen
build
any
a game.
humans from the
They
outside
have
world.
you're in charge of story and plot, and you're in charge of gameplay.
Are you a
Let's
Renan?
not combine these two at all. Let's just have the story
yeah, I
guys
guess
dump
so.
whatever they want whenever. We'll get to this place, and then there won't be any
told us to
battles,
answer
but
any
it'll be like the
questions you might
story
have.
area, and then
Whatever
we
you
can
want
go
to
over
know,
here, and
we'll
this is
tell
where
you
all
as
the
much as
battles
we
take
can.
place.
But be quick.
combine
Our
the
subjects
two.
are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
And put little battles in with the story instead of just just
What a weird
absolutely
guy.
dumping mounds of plot
He
on
must have
someone's
meant
brain all
Hevric
at the same time.
35 when he mentioned that overseer.
And what was that about subject?
Symphonia was very
You don't
well
think he
paced
meant
until
Dana and
you
Rena,
got
do you?
to this point in the game. This is
There
the point in the
anyone else
game
we can talk
that
to.
every Tales of game
I
suffers
guess
from.
we should ask around here.
And I mean, it's cool. I like it. I love the intricacies of the story and things like that. It's just so much at once. It's so much at once that they're just. It's
Have
very
you guys
hard to
lived up here
process.
in Dig Phasal with Hevric 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly
Tales
go
of
into
Graces
stasis,
as well. Yeah,
so
every
our
Tales
sense
of game kind
time
of suffers
has
from it.
gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
And don't get me wrong, I
Originally,
love the Tales of
station
games.
was where we worked to perform maintenance
It's just
on
one of the
Renegas from the
things that
outside.
they could definitely work on.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location.
This definitely
due
did
to
a lot
accident.
better than a lot of Tales of games.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevric 35 ever since?
You've just been hanging out here, and new
Well,
people
at
arrived on
first
this
we thought
place,
that there
and
was
you were
nobody
just
else
like,
inside the
"Meh."
facility. But then it turned out the overseer was there all along.
You guys aren't completely ecstatic
The
that
Helgan
you're
Quill have
finding
the
new people?
technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any
NPC,
unnecessary
hello,
conflict.
I am Lord Dumbot number
I
53.
have to imagine that's
Here
how
you go.
Renegas is still run.
Here's
But
more
aren't the
lore.
Helgan Quill themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why
These
aren't
people have been on
Renans
the space
affected by it in
station,
the same way?
isolated by themselves for a very
The
long
Great
time.
Spirit's mind control
And they're
only
just
works
like,
on Helgan
"Hello,
Quill,
new people.
so they
I
had
am ready to
employ
lord
other
them."
means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be
Yeah,
mad as
I'd be
hell at your
pissed.
exceptions.
Yeah, get him.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevric 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
It's just bored. Yeah.
Don't you want to go back home
I have
to
watched
Rena or Lenegus?
the entire
Our ship is going to
DVD
be fixed
collection
pretty soon.
of
You
Scrubs.
could ride
I
with
am
us.
getting bored now.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead.
I have watched every season of
Things
Law
are
and
going
Order.
just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further.
Oh,
That
it's
said,
dying.
I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for
I
answering
feel
our
like the pace in
questions.
Vesperia was great, though. No weird outer space aliens that need 2 hours of explaining why they're in the plot. Yeah, Vesperia had a pretty good... I just liked the characters in Vesperia. Yuri, that was the one with the doggo. Loved me some doggo. I loved Rapide.
Do you
he
know
was my
anything about
favorite
a
character in
spirit
any Tales
channeling
of game.
plan?
Because
if
doggo.
you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegus to siphon off Dana's
And
astral
Judith.
energy
You're not
and
wrong.
send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient.
Was Judith... Wait,
Second, we
Judith
had to
was the
figure
big
out
booba
how to
spear lady,
convert
right?
Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when
I've
the
been watching
Sovereign was
nothing but game
overwhelmed
shows since
and
I've been on
became
this
frightened.
station.
The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day.
Rito's
For the next plan,
Rito
we
is
tried to
sassy
recreate
mage,
the
yeah.
Renaissance, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types.
I feel like every mage in the
To
Tales of
amend
games
that,
is super
we
sassy.
set our sights
I feel
on
like that's
Dana
just a
and implemented
trope.
a system whereby we could extract
Sassy
energy from it.
mage.
And the crown contests began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps.
I am
A new
Robo
sovereign
Maiden.
had to be
I will
made
love
as well.
you.
It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Rinwell.
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical
What's her name from Tales of
manifestation of all the
Berseria?
astral energy
Just
that's been
kind of
harvested
every
from Dana.
mage in general.
As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevrecht 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes. And yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about
I
to
haven't
happen.
seen Outsiders for hundreds of years. Are we done talking now? I have things to
He
do.
talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
You'd think they would be ecstatic to see someone else, but nope, they're just like, I've got a job. I really need to move on. Low dumped character number
Can we talk to you
57
for a few
activate.
minutes? Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then. Please, tell us what you know about the
Magigika
Helgan
Mirundu was great too, yeah.
How could I forget
You
that
mean the
name?
overseer
Magigika
species?
Mirdindo
I can't say I know much
Nolorundo.
about them.
Yeah, of course.
Well, for starters,
I can't believe I forgot that name.
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
from Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Excusez-moi.
I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
Dum dum dum. Okay. And?
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't. But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
Okay.
But what need could they possibly
So the
have
people
to
of
create
Rena
a
are
whole
just
new race
robo
of
people.
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered
Yeah,
Danans
just like
who had
revealed
an
some
affinity
super
for
thing, and I'm like,
astral arts and proceeded from there.
yeah, I kind of figured.
That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast
There aren't
arts,
people on
albeit
Rena.
to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight.
So the
Are you
robos
saying
are the
Renans
Renans.
were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost
So
nobody can use astral
everybody
arts
on
on Dana
Rena is
now.
from Dana. Okay.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies.
Drugs.
and-
I knew it. Drugs.
You didn't tell
It's
us
all
anymore.
drugs. Super drugs. They got drugs.
Speak so calmly about all of
Nanomachine drugs. Oh, drugs.
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately
You
did us
mean
a
any
favor.
light at all?
They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
Okay, so we go kill those guys.
I see.
All right, got it.
Thanks for filling us in.
Or Kronos or whatever. Immortal,
Does he
were you the
really
one who was
expect us
talking
to
about
believe
Kronos?
that
I
Renans
can't
never
remember.
truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think
Kronos
we're getting
always
to the
bad
bottom of
guy.
it all,
I hate
some
Kronos.
New revelation smacks us in the face.
I think he was the bad guy in Tales of Xillia as well.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the
Not you, it
Helgenquill,
wasn't you.
let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we
I
found
don't
the
actually
answers
remember
we've been
Immortal.
looking for.
I'm very confused.
Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything
Only Kronos you know is Greek.
It's all because of astral energy.
Definitely
To get
wouldn't
that
be
energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helgenquill.
a Japanese
Then the
JRPG
Helgenquill
Great
created
Spirit
the
character
Renans,
based off
who
of the
went
Greek
on to
mythology,
invade and
right?
rule over the
No,
Danans.
that would be crazy. Like Maxwell.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were
Kronos is
originally
just chilling in the
Danans
post-game
all along.
content. Kronos just hanging out.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all
Was
had
it
a
Deadly?
lot to take in at
Deadly
once.
mentioned
Maybe
Kronos.
too much.
Oh,
even.
was it? I
We
can't
should
remember.
probably take
I'm
it easy
honest.
and rest our
I'm really
minds a
bad
bit.
at remembering where I acquire
Why don't we all
information
take
from.
some time to think things
I would be
over
like, I'm one of
before we
those
decide
people
on our
like
next
when in high school they were like,
That's a good
make
idea,
sure to cite your sources. I'd be like,
the
I
Renan
don't
Great Spirit
remember.
really
I
is
just know
behind
the
all this,
stuff
then
from
we've
somewhere.
got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely
Kronos?
sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay. You sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get
Thank
all
you,
my
Riku,
thinking in
for
while
gifting the
walking
sub to
around and
Deadly.
checking up on everybody.
I'll go along
Ruku!
with you.
Ruku
I'm interested
broke
to
their
hear what's on everyone's
600,
minds, too.
601st gifted sub in the
Sounds good.
channel.
Let's go
Ruku,
find
that's insane. Thank you, Ruku.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah,
Ruku,
let's hit up each
that's,
spot.
that's crazy.
Everything we thought we knew, it was all just a fabrication that the Red Women, that the Helgenquill made up.
Right. Assuming we can believe anything that Hevrek 35 has told us, that is.
Well, if the names are anything to go by, it's possible the Helgenquill could be behind the fruits of Helgen too.
But if
Oh,
Hevrek
they made the
35
drug.
was
I'm
telling
telling
the
you,
truth,
drugs.
and this was
They're
all just one
they're
massive
literally
lie,
drug
does
lords.
that mean everything we've done up until now has been pointless?
No, I don't think so.
The story is starting
At
to
least
get
I hope not.
starting to get a bit
I think
convoluted.
it just means we've lost our foothold for
starting
now.
to.
That's
Oh
all.
no, we've been there for a while,
Really?
Rylas. We've been there.
Make one, huh?
This is what I'm talking about. This is where like the Tales of
Right
series
then.
is like
Count me in.
10 hours of just side quests and silliness, and then just 2 hours of pure lore dump. This is what I mean when I say a lot of Tales of games kind of have some pacing issues. I love it. I don't, but it'd be a lot easier to handle if it was like an anime or something like that. I feel like they could definitely throw in some battles to
both seem
dissect
awfully
a
calm.
lot of the lore dumping a little bit.
Only because after everything we've seen,
Essentially,
we don't have the energy to keep
it
being
boils
shocked.
down to
How are you
everything
holding up,
was a
Manuel?
plot by
Talk about
aliens
the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
who have been kidnapping people
Yeah.
from our planet and using
I
them
get
for
this
their own
sinking feeling
gain.
whenever I remember how Dan and mages like my family were persecuted.
Essentially,
and died
that's
out.
what it boils down to.
And
They
now
want astral
I
energy. And
finally
the
know
reason
why
they
that
want
is.
astral energy is because Dana is very
But I
rich
was
in astral
thinking,
energy.
If Renans end up
And they
living
already
together with
ate
Danans
Rena.
again,
So
then mages won't be
Dana's
such
the
an
next
unusual
one to
thing
go
to see
down.
on Dana anymore, right?
And the Great Spirit is in
I know
charge.
it's
Whoever
not
the
as
Great
simple
Spirit
as all that,
is
but Danans
I'm sorry,
probably
the
won't be
Great
so quick to let
Spirit.
their guards down. And
Which
there
sounds
might
like
be Renans
something
who still act superior because of their
drug-addled
arts.
alien would say.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Is the one who has
300
been
years
eating
of
all the
bad
resources.
blood and prejudice isn't going
So
to be an
whoever they
easy
are
thing to
is a
overcome.
bad boy, and they need to be spanked
Yeah.
with my big old fire sword.
I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in.
It wouldn't be
even
easier to
so,
handle as an
I
anime
was
because
still
then they
able
would
to
have to
change.
squeeze the whole plot
If I
into 4
can
hours
change,
of playtime.
so
and
can
it would
anyone
make a whole
else.
second season with another
So I
plot
was
that's been
thinking
more
maybe,
convoluted.
I don't know,
convoluted. You
I
might
could
not.
use my position as both a Dan and Anna
They could
mage to
definitely
help bring both
dissect
sides
some
together.
Renwell.
That great spirit worries me too, though.
10 hours
Dana's
exploring the
will
entire
feels so
planet with one
warm and
goal, then suddenly
inviting.
massive Deus Ex
So why
Machina
is
evil
Rena's will
aliens that are
trying to
actually
destroy
evil.
our
Yeah.
entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Haverick 35 and the other side.
Like I said, I don't mind convoluted stories or
Maybe
like
they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day,
or like
Dana's still our home.
you know, existential
There's no
bad
way
guys
we
and
can
things
let it
like
be
that. You know,
destroyed.
things that come from
We
other
won't.
places. It's
We'll
the
keep
the
it safe
problem
no
is
matter
pacing.
what.
I think some of the best animes on the planet, it doesn't matter really as much what the plot is about. You can have the greatest plot in the world. If you don't know how to pace it right, you're going to have issues. It's going to be too much at once. People aren't going to be able to digest it all and commit it to memory as much. If you have pacing controls. Like animes like My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia, not the most convoluted story in the world, very kind of almost a very simplistic story, but the pacing is so good. The pacing is amazing. They mix up the action and the story in such ways where you don't even notice the difference between the two. It is very well meshed together and things like that. So you don't even realize any inconsistencies in the story and things like that.
I know that
because
we're all
just the
struggling to
pacing's
wrap
so
our
well
minds
split
around
up.
it all.
And I think
But
that's
he looked
a
like he
big
was
part of what
taking it
makes
really
an anime
hard
good or
earlier.
bad.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans?
Inuyasha has
Great
pacing
Spirit,
issues
and all
too.
that?
I noticed that. I did
On
watch
some
all of
level,
Inuyasha.
I'm not even really
back
sure
in the
what
day.
to think, to be honest. I mean,
A lot of people don't
the
know this
Great
about me.
Spirit
I
is
watched
like a
every
huge
single episode of
natural
Inuyasha
disaster,
because my
but with a
ex-girlfriend was
mind and will of
really
its
into
own.
Inuyasha,
But if that thing's
and
hell-bent
I
on
watched
trying
it
to
with her.
destroy
I
our
watched
planet,
every single
then the only thing left
season
for
of
us to
Inuyasha.
do is stop it.
Huge pacing issues.
As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more
Re
mixed.
Reincarnated as a slime,
so?
Dr. Stone, Shield Hero. All
Coexistence
decent pacing.
between
Yeah,
Danans and Renans
exactly.
and Menancia is still a
100%.
work in progress.
Like
In my
Reincarnated
case,
as a slime.
I think that's partly because deep
The
down,
story was
I was still on guard
yeah,
around
it was
Renans.
okay for me
So-
personally. You know, I'm not the end-all say-all.
To
A
be
lot of people
told that
really
they're
love
like
the story.
us,
Me, for personally, it
that
was
they're
okay,
actually
but the
just
pacing
like
was just
us is
it was just perfect.
well,
It was such a good blend of action and new things going on.
I guess
that
it's
you
a little
kind of just-
deflating.
whatever
to
the
be
story
honest.
was, you just went
You
along.
kept
with
a pretty level head.
pacing so well.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helgan Quill and the Great Spirit are the ones
You
who
need
are
to try and get
responsible.
through it again. You always get
But
bored about 110
At the
episodes
same
in.
time,
Only
I
110
realize that
episodes.
not every Danon is necessarily going to believe
Yeah,
that either.
yeah, that's about.
I know
yeah.
you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danons have against the
Inuyasha.
Renans
I
is long.
don't even know if
and
I
understandably
finished.
so.
I know they came out with some
And
movies after the
if
show
people
had
then
ended.
find
I don't
out
think
that
I
they're
watched all
all
the
actually
movies,
one
so
and the same.
I take it back. I haven't seen
Yeah.
every little bit of
I don't
Inuyasha.
think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danons, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power.
Yeah, the pacing is
and
good
some
enough
who
to keep
won't.
people interesting. Like that's
I think if we can
a
find a
huge
way to
part
get
of what
rid of
makes
that
an anime
imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good
Like,
place.
that is exactly
Well,
what
first
makes
we can
anime
try to figure out
really
what to
good.
do
is
about the
just
existing
pacing.
conflicts we have.
Yeah.
The ability
It'd
to
be nice if one day
keep your
people could learn
interest
to get past their hatred
and
like
complicate
Grinwell
the
did.
plot enough to
It's
not
no
lose
small
your
task.
interest at the same
We can't
time.
pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their
Because
very real
honestly,
pain and suffering.
when it comes to anime, there really isn't a big
Everybody has their
diversity in
reasons for
most
feeling
anime
the way that
plots.
they
You can
do.
you can kind
But
of
if we just keep yelling
boil
at
it
each other about
down
it,
to
we'll never
several
move on.
different types of plots.
In a worst-case
There's,
scenario,
you know, comedy
it might
plots,
lead
there's
to even
tragedy
more
plots,
people
and
getting
that's
killed.
about what it
And we all
boils
have
down
to figure out
There's
how to meet
action
halfway.
plots, tragedy
Not
plots,
just
comedy
that,
plots,
but to
and that's
also
kind of what it goes
embrace
down
each
to.
other's pain, in a
It's all
sense.
based on
That's an interesting way of putting it.
how they
It's
develop
true.
the characters and how the pacing
Everybody
goes
has their
between
own
development
scars,
and
their own
action
trauma.
and things
The
like
first step to healing those wounds is to
that.
put
As opposed
aside
to this,
that
where
hatred.
you've got
It won't be achieved through reasoning.
literally,
but
I
I think it's a good
explained.
first step, if nothing else.
I explained 30 minutes
And
worth
now,
of
I think I see a way to move
plot-based
forward.
dialogue and the
But to
amount of
do
time
that,
it
first
took
we
them
need to make
to
sure
just
our
do a
planet
skit
isn't
in this
going to
game.
get wiped out.
Which I mean, I'm not saying Tales of Arise is bad in any way, shape, or form. It's a little bit of pacing issues. A little bit of pacing issues. Just a tiny bit. I love this game to death. The battle system is really good. Everything's really awesome. But holy moly. Holy moly, please. The Lord Dump needs to stop. I can't. My brain legit can't cannot handle anymore, Lord Dom. I can't. I need to go fight something. I need to go hit something with my sword. I need to hit something with my sword. If I don't hit something with my sword, I'm gonna lose my brain. Your only knowledge of Tales of games is my streams? Well, I'm proud to say that I've gotten somebody else to at least know about Tales of games. Starship. Okay. Was there more lore dump I needed to process? Oh no. You have not acquired enough lore dump. Go acquire more lore dump. The Tales of games go back all the way to... Just a brief overview. The Tales of games go back all the way to PS1. Like, the Tales of games extend a very long period backward. But mostly they were... mostly relegated to a Japanese audience, and they were translated to a very small niche audience for a very long time. There was like it was one of those like cult classics where a lot of people that were there was either people very into the Tales of games, or there was people who just ignored it altogether. It was a very huge dichotomy between the two groups. Why can't I take off? Hello? And it's only recently that the Tales of games kind of hit a larger audience, especially with the translation of the games to PC. When the games hit... Oh, I gotta go back in the back here. Okay, here we go. When the games hit PC, they hit a much larger audience than they would have hit on one of the consoles. And that's what really turned it
I still can't believe it, man.
But up until that point, it was kind of a niche audience. A lot of people played Tales of Symphonia.
Really? You've never
that was
struck
kind
me
of
as
the big
type
one.
of guy to get hung up
That was on
these sorts of
GameCube.
things.
Did you forget what happened back in
Tales of Symphonia was a lot of people's first
my
Tales of
memory
games.
started
It did
coming
go
back to
back
me.
farther than that.
I felt completely and
But
totally
that
lost.
was most
It
people's
was really
first
that
Tales
bad
of
for you?
games. And it was kind of
Yeah,
always
it
this
was.
action JRPG.
But thanks to Law and everybody else,
And
I
strangely
remembered that I
enough,
still had things out there
even
worth fighting
since
for.
the first Tales of, it stuck to a
Man,
lot of core
I think
themes
you might be a better
throughout
guy than
every
me,
single one
Alphen.
of their games.
All I can remember
I will give them
thinking
this.
was, when's this guy
They
gonna
have
get his act together?
stuck to their fan base
Law.
for as long as possible.
I was too worried about
even
repeating the same
changing
mistakes
things
I'd
up,
made
even with
back
like
with my
Tales of
dad,
Arise.
and
They
running
have
away from the
100%
truth.
stuck to their
That was no way to
fan base.
live.
Like,
And I've tried
there's
to
a
stay
lot of
strong,
similarities between
my
this
way.
and the
But all
very
this talk
first
about
Tales
other
of
races and the world ending.
For instance,
If I can be honest with you guys,
go into
it's just
space
all too
and
much for me to handle
crazy
right now.
shit happening like
I
this
know
and
this
the
is going
lore
to
dump
sound
stuff.
strange
All
coming
that
from me,
has been existent since the
Maybe
first
key
Tales
is
of
not
game.
to worry
This is
too
nothing
much about
special.
the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons. But I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me,
I do kind of
I
miss.
didn't know what I should
I
do
miss the
or who to
2D
tell.
Tales of games where it was just.
But that's when I
Originally, the
finally
Tales of
got
games weren't a 3D
You
combat.
guys were all
they
there
were
for
they
me
were 2-dimensional,
to teach me what's
and you
really
would fight
important.
on the side scroll.
I just had to
It was an
open up
action
and listen.
JRPG.
In other words,
but it was just like
if
a
you let the
side
big
scroll.
picture stuff get
And
you
as
all
the
muddled
games
up
went on,
inside,
it kind of
you'll begin to lose
shifted
sight of
into
what you really
semi
care
3D,
about.
where it was
Yeah,
2D.
I think you're right.
But
The
you could
thing
also
that's
shift
most
to the 3D plane of access
I
as
really
you were
care
battling at
about.
the same time.
All I want to do is protect
And
the
then
people
that changed
really matter
more
to me,
3D and more
to fight
3D
for them.
until we get now where
That's
it's
good
just
enough,
entirely
right?
3-dimensional.
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive.
Imagine
Law,
Mario with a
you
sword.
know you're strong enough to fight.
I'm
and
gonna
you're
cut you in
strong enough
half.
to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going
Yeah, it
on.
was totally 2D. It
Just
was
don't
just
lose sight of what
you
you
would
want to
select a
protect in the
spell and
first
you'd
place.
cast it, and it
Sound
would
good?
be all 2-dimensional,
Yeah.
and you'd have your AIs walking
Yeah,
with
I
you.
think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me.
Yeah, I kind of miss
Just
it.
like I
actually.
always have.
I kind of
I
liked
think
the
that's
2D
best.
JRPG battle. Overrule was 3D, yeah. Overrule was 3D, but the battles were always 2-dimensional.
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to
I think
have
it was
so
on
many things
the
I
first
thought
one
to
that
be
was like
indelible
really
fade away in
translated.
mere
Was
seconds.
Tales of
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves.
Can't remember. It started with a P.
If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one.
The first one that was translated. Tales of...
I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion.
Fantasia. That's what it was.
Thorns,
yeah, Tales of Fantasia.
Being a maiden.
That was one of the first ones that was
alive,
translated.
don't you think?
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself.
Those are really cool.
What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other
Phasmophobia. Tales of
you mean the
Phasmophobia.
ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
You have to hide from ghosts, and then
Correct.
you 2D fight them.
Even if we stop
Yeah,
the
that
Great
was it.
Spirit from annihilating
Tales of
Dana,
Phasmophobia.
our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there,
But you can tell there's
long and
a
hard about where it
hardcore,
is that we wish to return
dedicated
to.
Japanese fan base.
So,
that was
I guess your
really
only real
into the
choices
Tales
at this
games.
point are to either
And
stay on Lenegis
they kept at it.
or
They
come
kept
down to
making
Dana,
the games.
huh?
Bandai Namco.
And right now,
really good
Lenegis
company. I really
might not
like
even
them.
be a safe option.
They kept making the Tales of games.
And at the same time,
until we get to
Danans
this
are
point,
hardly likely to embrace
which
Renans
is
with open arms.
semi-mainstream
If the issue is
Tales of
forced,
game. You know, a lot of people
things
play
could
this one.
turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us.
Without
And the
managing
victims
to
of our
step too
rule
far away
have
from the
absolutely
Tales
every
of
right to feel animosity towards us Renans.
Which I
Our
kind
own
of, I think they
circumstances as the
probably
aggressors
should
are
step away from the Tales of Formula a
I didn't
little bit,
expect the
just
former
to
Lord of Menancia
keep new
to be
people
so
interested.
down about people reconciling.
Maybe fix the pacing issues.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have
But I love the
sympathizers
combat
among
system.
my ranks.
They've been definitely
Still,
evolving the combat
even
system
now,
ever since they
there
made the
remain
series.
ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way.
My favorite combat
Isn't
system was
that what
actually
you
Tales
hope
of
to achieve
Zillia
on
2,
Lenegis after
which
this is
not a
all
lot of
over?
people played that one because the story was kind of meh.
Indeed.
But it
I
was
fully
such a good
accepted the
combat
burden
system.
of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have some...
Oh?
I wish for... As
And
All right,
Yes.
I need to.
Is it
All right,
too-
I'm getting
No.
sick of the Lord. We gotta move on
And
with our
I'll ask
lives.
you
If
to
I have to sit here and listen to Dolium talk for one more damn second, I'm gonna lose my
To be
mind.
honest, right now it's
Okay,
kind of a
all right,
mystery.
here we go. All right, you know, we're moving on. We've got to get somewhere. We've got to get somewhere. If I
Is everybody ready to do
okay,
what needs
there
to be
we
done?
go. Oh
I
boy,
am.
that was
There's
just
a
too
lot
much.
to think about, but at the end of the day,
There's a
Dana's
lot.
still in danger.
That is an
I
understatement.
don't care
Law.
who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
Okay, Riku, have a
What
good
are your
one.
thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it.
There was an
It's
Nintendo
trying to
Direct,
rob us of
yeah.
our entire world. And it's
Oh,
going
I
to take
haven't.
not
I haven't
just
seen
our
anything
home,
about it. I
but all of
haven't
existence
seen the
along with
Nintendo
it.
Direct. I'm very curious.
That alone is
I'm really
enough to
hoping
make
they'll
it
announce
our
something
enemy.
about Breath of the Wild too.
But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Shion.
You're saying there's a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision.
There's a lot of good games
Did you
coming
hear
out
Shion
this
tell
year.
it?
I'm
It's
very
the
excited.
same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Shion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction...
Do we get to go to Rena now?
Shion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Shion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind.
I'm gonna go slap it. Yeah, get him. Get him, Shion.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegus were both
Or
large
the
enough for
above.
us to overcome in their own right.
Yeah,
This
I
is an
could do
altogether
that. It
greater
was either
challenge
that
for
or
merely
we were talking
6.
about Sword Art Online as well. The
And we only know
new
about the
SAO
Thorns
abridged
connection
that
thanks to
I
Naori.
not new, but the SAO abridged that I still haven't seen. Immortal was talking with me about that. So one of the
Hevrek 35
I'd be
has been
happy
observing
to
the great astral
watch something
spirit
after
this
stream.
whole
Yeah,
time.
totally.
It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is.
Members who have left have returned to the party. Okay.
Our minds are made up. Let's go give Hevrek 35 our answer.
Let's go. Where's Hevrect? Hevrect! Is it lower level? You'll stay here until I'm done. Oh, I mean if you got stuff to do, Ruku, don't worries. Oh, we've got a place to stay the night. I can offer you a place to rest. That is, if you don't mind sleeping. Yes, enter me into hibernation chambers, please. I'll also cook some kebab while we're waiting. Delicious kebab. We're just gonna sleep in the hibernation chambers. Cool. Sweet. All right, here we go. I'm not gonna watch the skit. I'm tired of skits. We need to move on. We need to go. Things need to happen. Oh, you were wanting to watch the rec, but if I'm joining, might as well. Okay. Okay, Ruku. I'm not sure how much longer my stream's gonna go on. Probably. What time is it right now? Probably at least another half an hour or so. An essential role of the spirit channel is transmit. Okay. Do we get to go to Rena now?
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma.
Me neither, Ruku.
You will also
Me
need
neither.
the
I had no idea
assistance
what
of
to
both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our
But it makes
best
sense
tools
considering
for
my brother talked
suppressing
about
and
it the other day.
controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
You
By
probably
my
shouldn't say that.
calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit, and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
Oh.
So it really will kill me.
Uh-oh.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational.
That's...
Alien is like, does not compute. Why would you save a fellow human?
Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony.
Oh.
We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the Great Astral Spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole.
So wait till it becomes a
Without the
super
Maiden's
boss.
direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile.
So
and
wait
will
for
only
it to become
serve
super
strengthen
boss
it.
and then kill it.
No.
That seems like the hard way.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
We shove it in a ball.
Well, can it?
Put it in a ball.
It is
Put it in a
true that the
Pokeball.
Renis Alma
Capture
is
it in a
capable of what
Pokeball.
you suggest, and could contain the Great Astral Spirit.
Yes!
We just need the
However,
Master Ball.
Doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering
Shit.
that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that
Why can't you have
ceremony
just
failed.
made the Master Ball?
I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Why
You know, this place isn't so bad.
Fine then. I'd
We
rather
got
stay
food, we
here
got
and rot
hibernation
than do it your
chambers.
way.
People
Alfred?
just hanging out.
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it.
It's a very
If
simple
you're
way of
fine
putting
letting
it.
that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it.
Excuse me?
But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Yeah! Shut the hell up! Yeah. You tell him, Alphen.
What you say is
He has
irrational.
nothing to say.
Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
Hell yeah.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement.
You love the
see
logic.
how well
You're either
they work
fixing my
against the
problem
Great Spirit
for me
in
my
light of
way,
our
or I'm sitting in my
demise by its
cryotube
hands.
pouting while everything goes to shit
But what
because
are
I
we
won't even
supposed
let
to
you
do
try
about the
doing
Renis
it your
Alma?
way. Yeah.
One of your
He's just
buddies
like,
ran off with it back on Lenegis.
oh, fine.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
Go punchy. Big
According
sword
to my
slashy.
observations, the astral energy is
Hit
most
it with
densely
sword.
concentrated in the center of Rena,
Get
where
big
the Great
cool
Spirit's
nuke.
core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower then.
That seems very
I have one more
appropriately less
question.
bossy.
You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without
Bye-bye.
the will of the Great Spirit, Rena
You
is
one thing,
predicted
one
to
thing.
collapse.
You know something that can make this easier?
Even
A
in
big
such
dragon.
scenario, the energy will disperse.
I don't know if
The
you've
Great
seen
Spirit will
Star
likely
Ocean
not
4,
be
but this is essentially the plot of Star
So you're
Ocean
saying
4.
that even if we manage to beat the
100%.
Great Spirit
Like,
without destroying
this
it,
is
we'll still be
so
in
close
danger?
to Star Ocean 4.
Likely,
It's
the
insane.
collapse will occur in stages. It is
And
recommended
your
that
big
you all
dragon
escape
theory,
before the
Rylas,
final
your
stage.
big, what can make this
Man,
easier, big
I
dragon?
wish that thing would tell it to us straight for
100% Star
once.
Ocean 4.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar is all.
I should play that game. I know Ruku gifted
Fix
to
our
me,
starship.
gifted Star Ocean 4
We're going to Rena.
a while back to me.
Excellent.
I remember playing that a
But I
long
want to
time
make one
ago,
thing
and I would
clear.
love to play that again.
We're doing this
That was
for
a very good
ourselves, to protect what matters to us.
it didn't
Not
have
doing it
as
for
much
your
pacing
sake, or
issues.
because you told us
The
to.
pacing was much better in Star Ocean.
Remember that.
It matters little to me.
Yeah.
The end
Last
result
hope.
shall be the same.
No
Repair
spoilers.
work on your starship has commenced.
You know, the dragon
You'll have
is
to
involved.
wait until
No
it's
spoilers. It may be a cosmic dragon from the
Too much
heavens,
to
but
ask
no
for
spoilers.
35 to talk like a normal person. I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated
Me
stuff.
too, Law. You know, for once, I can sympathize
Now
with
all we
Law.
have to do is rest up and wait. Once the fall.
If places not completely repair your starship, I suggest you get some rest. Alright, we'll rest, we'll get our health back, and then we move on. Did you beat the Last Hope, Ruku? There's a dragon. There's definitely a dragon in the Last Hope.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
More than one, yeah.
You're
There's
worried
definitely a
about the
dragon
future
up
of
in
the
there.
Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the
At least
Daemons
from what
further
I
reason
remember.
to resent us.
Yeah, Last Hope
But
was a
you
very
still
good game.
intend to
I
confront
really
this truth
loved
head-on,
the combat
don't you?
in Last Hope. It was, it was beautiful. It was perfect.
I did declare that I would live my life for the living.
Like, I
not the
legit
dead.
really enjoyed the combat.
Even as
in
I
Last
dream
Hope.
of retirement, I shall remain dedicated
I think it's
to
one of the
cause.
best
I'm sure
JRPGs,
you'll do great.
action JRPGs I played in a
Now
long
that I
time.
think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us.
You were referring
even
to me
once.
eating the astral energy, nom nom.
I'm no
Delicious.
saint.
To be fair, that's
my
also
closet,
very Star
There was
Ocean 4.
definitely a time when I hated Renans.
A dragon eating astral
I
energy.
hated them just for being
Not
Renan.
far off. You would
But
be
you changed
surprising
that, Dohalim.
how on point
You gave me
are.
an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or
Star
bad,
Ocean 4, The
just
Last
like
Hope.
Danans.
It was a game that released on Xbox
That is,
360,
in essence, the heart of your
PlayStation
approach,
4.
isn't it? That we're all
I
people.
think PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them
And then
one-on-one,
eventually came out on
then
PC.
you have the chance to come to
It's a
an
very cool
understanding.
game.
But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive
With some very
numbers of
interesting,
Renans and
like really
Daemons
cool
alike.
combat mechanics.
Realistically speaking,
PS3?
surely they won't all be able to get
With a
along.
HD remake on 4. Gotcha.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among
I'd like
their
to see
friends.
the HD remake. I played
If
it
we
on
can build a
360.
society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
Yeah, I really like this
So
story.
you wish for people to
I like the
form
combat,
real
I like the
bonds
story. It
and
was
do
just
away
really
with
good.
the
It was just a good
hierarchy
game in
outright.
general.
To deal with one another
Very
as
underrated,
humans,
I think.
and nothing more. That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegus when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegus proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just...
Did you just call me Doe?
Never mind. Thank you, Kisara.
That's like several syllables less than
I
my
appreciate
real
your
name.
patience as I work all this out.
Did you just
Don't
call me
even
Doe?
mention it. And really,
Hello,
when you think about
Doe.
it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings
Yeah,
down
they're
a
in love
barrier
now.
that used to be between us?
Kissy kissy.
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before.
Big kisses. Love each other.
But I do like the sound of it.
Hugs. Hugs.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Oh, come on! Damn it. Okay, fine. We'll wait later for hugs. Oh, more hugs. Oh, Lon.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well,
do you think these giggle glasses make
everything
me
we've
look
heard
silly?
about the Great Spirit is true, then we're
Hey,
getting
Tibble,
close
what's
to our
up?
final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get
Those
why you're angry
glasses.
now.
I can't take
Anybody
him
would be if
seriously.
something they trusted was being questioned.
Oh,
So,
God.
I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might
Do you
have been
think
onto
those-
something.
Do you think these
Of
glasses
course
look
you
good
were
on me?
worried.
No,
Who
Law.
wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible
Why would you
force
wear
pulling
those?
our strings this whole time?
Arya
really
just
trust
hears
Dana's
Law
will,
and
don't you?
immediately
Is
is
it because
triggered.
you can
I
sense it a
love
lot
it.
more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I also want to believe it's good.
No, that's. I mean, that's your
Remember
Rylas.
how I
You
used
are.
to really
That is
resent coming
legit
from a family of
a
mages?
huge part of the plot of Star
Yeah,
Ocean
of
4.
course. Because you were always on the run
Giant
and
space
had to live in
dragon eat
hiding.
bad people.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along
This
with
is
you all,
Tales of Arise.
something changed
This
inside
is
me.
this is an anime
It was the first
JRPG.
time I felt like my powers
We're getting
had
towards
any
the end, I
meaning.
think.
Even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight.
We've been on a lore dump for the
Then,
past like
when I
2.5
felt Dana's
hours,
will,
and it's
I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm
oh
it was.
boy.
It made me want to believe my
It's
powers
a
were
lot.
made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You
No
almost
balloons.
need
Not
it to
nope.
be
That's
kind.
not until Friday. Friday, I will
Yeah.
try to continue balloons. Usually I play
Then I
spoopy games
promise
on
I'll lay
Spoopy
off
Friday,
bad-mouthing it.
and yes, that
You will?
unfortunately means more balloons.
There's no way for me to know for
security
sure
breach.
one way or the other, right? But you trusted
We'll see how
Rinwell,
that goes.
and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it
Oh,
because
no.
you do.
Oh no. Oh no, Tibble.
Uh,
I usually
remember when I
stream
said
at
about
like
neither
4 o'clock.
planet's
So
great spirit reaching us here?
if you do want to see
Yeah?
the balloons,
That's not quite
that's
true.
about the time I'll be streaming that.
I can
so.
feel just a little bit
Hopefully
of
it
Rena's
won't take
inside
me
you
4
and
hours to
everyone
beat
else.
the balloon again. Because
you-
if it does,
what?
I will have lost my mind.
I sensed
and
it when
I
we
will
first
be
got here.
dysfunctional.
It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's
I need
how
to call it
Dana's
Freaky
energy
Friday.
probably
No, it's
is
Spoopy
too.
Friday. I refuse to call
So
it
you're
Freaky
saying
Friday.
There's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
Okay, Tibble.
What?
I
Well,
I will
like
see
you
you
said,
there.
unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us,
Yeah.
If we all have the
Maybe.
drugs inside of us.
Hefrick 35 might know the answer.
Just kiss.
But
Just kiss.
you
just,
know what?
Just kiss.
I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight
Just do the
for who I
kissy
wanna
wissy.
fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become.
Those glasses. I've ruined Law. I've ruined him.
So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
It's so bad. Thanks, Rinwell. You're amazing. I really care for you. Meanwhile, just has like this
To be honest,
look
the
on his
only reason
face.
I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was, I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Nothing.
What were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying.
on.
Do you want to make out?
Now you won't tell me what you were
No,
thinking?
that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
Really? Just kiss already. Just wow. Okay, and the last one is gonna be Alphen and Xion. Or not. Or we just
You sure you don't
moving
want to
on.
get some rest?
Oh, no, there we go.
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
We're getting close. We're getting close to the last battle,
Same
guys.
as you. Still trying to absorb
The
everything.
final boss battle. Reminding you that Pro ZD
Remember when it was
video
so
when your
simple?
custom clothes
We're
are the
only fighting all
cutscenes.
the
Yeah,
lords on
I
Jenna.
love Pro ZD.
That feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
I know what video you're talking about. It's
Ages
really
and
fun.
ages
You just
ago.
got like ridiculous apparel.
Everything
It's
that's
like,
happened since we first met.
I
So many fights, so much chaos.
I believe we can
so
do
many
this.
wonderful people.
She's got like insane clothes on. I forgot what video.
If I
that
hadn't
was,
run
but
into
yeah,
you
I
that
love the
day,
shorts.
well, I wouldn't have met all of you.
How long is it gonna take? That's my
question.
question.
Looked for something more.
Because I don't know. It's already
I wouldn't have
7:30.
my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave.
We might have to save
Mike
before
is
the
not
end of
long
this
dead.
and wait until next stream to do the last battle. So I feel like there's still a bit more to go.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma,
King Dragon.
there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrect 35
Yeah,
said,
I love Pro ZD.
the only way we can
I've
end the
watched
Great
so
Spirit
many
for
of his
good
videos.
is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma
Riku?
back, you'll use
Riku,
the
you
Blazing
okay?
Sword to destroy the Great Spirit.
Fuck me
and
when
me
we're
along
done.
with it.
Huh?
It's true the Blazing Sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's
Yeah, but we
taken
can
us
slap
this far.
stuff. We got a big burning
It's
sword. We
slain
can slap
lords
things.
and beasts. At the very least, it has to be
We
worth
can
a try.
stab celestial beings. It's fine. We can stab the Great Spirit. Totally cool.
Have you forgotten everything that
Listen,
we...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem.
Speaking as Xion,
It's a
yeah.
threat
Just
to our
can you?
entire world.
That's all I want. I
Renans
just
and
want to get
Danans
laid.
alike.
You know, the thorns have made it so I can't get laid this whole time. I've got, you know, anyone
We
touches
don't know
me,
what's going to
they
happen when we
experience
face it,
incredible
but we
pain.
need to be prepared for
I
anything.
really just need to
We
get
can't
laid.
second guess ourselves when the time comes.
This is the story
I promise you,
of
I'm not planning on
just
going
someone that
anywhere.
needs to get laid. This is what
I'm
this
prepared
entire
to
story
fight
is
with
about.
absolutely everything I've got.
Unless maybe she could find like a
But if
super
it comes
duper
down to
masochist
it,
that was like,
I
oh,
need
it
you to
hurts
be
so
prepared
good. This would be an entirely different story. Oh no.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Xion. I'm going to fight this until the very end.
Hell yeah.
I hope you can forgive me for that.
No, you're not
Alphen.
wrong, Tybalt. That's pretty much what this is turned into. Once we got to space,
Okay,
things got real
understand.
crazy. Things
And
got
I'll
very
forgive you.
convoluted very fast.
Thank you, Xion.
Slap it with fire soul.
So it's a promise then?
Kissies.
Yeah, it's a promise.
Hugs. Oh, she smiled for the first time in the entire game. That was the only time
remember how
I think
felt
we've
the first
legit
time
seen
you
her
touched
smile.
me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me.
Apparently so, Riku.
But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
We haven't had hot spring
That's
part.
because I
No,
couldn't feel pain
you're
back
right. We
then.
legit haven't had the hot springs yet. Where's the hot springs? I demand it.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me.
I demand hot
And when you
tub.
did, I felt this
It's an
warmth
every
that
Tales
I
of
had
game.
never known before.
Bad touch. Touch. Bad touch. Zappy touch.
But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
She has
You
she
won't have
every
to
time
worry
she
about that
touches
for much
somebody,
longer.
they're inflicted with a buttload of pain. She
You
has
think
like
so?
super electricity touch.
Because
So she can't touch anybody.
Shion.
That's why we're trying to. That's why we're trying to kill the final
No.
boss the hard way.
You can tell me
to
once
try
my
and save her
thorns are
from
gone.
zappy touch.
Okay?
That's not thorns, that's lightning. You're not wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
It's lightning thorns. Oh, listen. The analogy is she's like a rose, which is, I kind of figured the reason the theme song is called
Everybody get enough
Fireflower
rest?
is because
You ready for
Shion
this?
is like a rose.
Yeah,
She got
we
them
should probably
thorns.
get moving.
That's
Agreed.
That's
Can't stand around
100%
waiting
what
all
it's all
day.
alluding to.
Our task is relatively
It's a giant
straightforward.
metaphor.
We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're
She got
fighting
them
for a new
thorns.
future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds.
She needs to
That's
stop
a
wearing
promise.
wool socks on carpet floors.
Let's go, everybody.
She's just
One
been
last
building up
wall to tear
static
down.
electricity. She's just like,
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working
Shion,
order.
why are you doing that?
Is
Oh,
that
this
you,
is my
Mother
exercise
Certified?
routine.
You can see us from where you are?
That's why
I
you've had
can.
thorns this whole time.
I can see
What?
anywhere
That's
within
it's
the
just what I've been
bounds of
doing.
Big Phasal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
They
Maybe
all
we
just
should give
facepalm and
Hevrect
move on with
35
their
a
lives.
break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very,
Big
very
Dragon
long
eats
time.
bad sentient planet
I
because
have
story
unlocked
is too
all
convoluted.
functions on your starship. You can now make
That
use
is
of its
100%
warp
the
drive.
story of Star Ocean: The Last
Warp
Hope.
drive? Wait, you mean like what the
I
red
highly
women
recommend
used
you
on us?
watch
What
a
brought
playthrough
us
of
here?
that.
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive,
I have such a
you
curse.
should
Just
be
take
able
off
to
your
breach
socks.
Rena's
What is
atmosphere
cold?
without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful.
She's got static
Due to the
electricity
force field
problems.
surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by
Yep.
foot.
Yep, 100%
Understood.
Rallis. I'm actually not
We
kidding.
gotta
That's
go all the
like
way down just walking?
without without
all
too
the
many
Helganquil
spoilers.
go
That's
back to normal
that's
once we
pretty
defeat the
that's
Great
pretty
Spirit?
appropriate.
I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
There's a
Can't
few
that thing
twists
lighten up a
along the
bit?
way in Star
Everything
Ocean
it
4,
says
but that's
seems to
about
be about
that's about
what's
what it
illogical.
is.
Well, come on, Doe.
I hate that
Hold
she's
up,
calling him
did
Doe
you
now.
just-
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last
I feel like
question.
that's a bad translation from Japanese. I feel like she's calling him like Do-chan or something like that.
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly,
I was frozen
the
in
maiden lacked
hibernation
any
for a
identification
very long
number,
time.
as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
Because we're in love.
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
Yeah.
You
Now we
need
go
it
slash
because
stuff
of
with sword.
multiple chance interactions. The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable.
Nerds. I
Why
make
have
that.
you two continued to persist under these conditions?
Yeah, but
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an
Year-old
observer could understand.
So much static. He zapped a kid on the back of the neck while he's drinking water. Oh no.
All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
That was my dream when I was a kid. Build up so much static I could have lightning powers. Like the Emperor in Star Wars. Okay, we're going to Rena finally. I have a feeling there's an entirely new section of the planet to go to now,
It
and
would
we've got to
appear
go
that our
through a
Helganquil
massive
host
dungeon
really
that
has
consists
fulfilled its
of
end
an
of the
entirely
You
new
know what
planet,
that means. Time to
which
go to Rena.
means
I guess this means we should give that
this is
warp
going
drive
to
a
take a
spin.
little bit. Here we go. We're going to giant flower planet. Big old flower planet that's eating also another planet. Because that's how planets work. This is too much. This is what happens when you eat too much astral energy, guys. Astral energy. Okay, Nightbag, so you're here for the average one German per stream. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Vexo. You get that sleep. This looks happy.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
I told you. I knew it. Rena's dead. It's a dead planet.
Then this must be the hollowing.
They ate all the energy from that planet.
The entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything.
Goop. Oh
The
no,
entire
it's
planet.
people goop. Oh no.
This is what the Great Spirit does.
There's a
After it
drug that
depleted
people
this
eat and it
planet of
turns them
every
to
last
goop
speck of
on
astral
Dana.
energy. It went after Dana.
Turns them into pure magical energy.
So arresting.
Literally, this whole
world
planet
of
consists
doom.
of that.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is.
They goopified everyone.
After being
And they're
robbed of
just
its
a big
astral
ocean
energy
now.
for so
Ooh.
long,
Oh, I don't
those
like
days
that.
are gone and
Blech.
past. This is all that will
Ugh.
remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil
Yeah.
in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it,
People goop ocean.
that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume.
That ain't water. That's people
the
goop.
Great Spirit turned its
That
sights on
is
Dana,
as people
looking
goop.
for
I don't
another
like
host.
people goop ocean. It brings a whole new meaning to Star
You're
Ocean.
saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
It's Goo Lagoon from SpongeBob.
We
If
can
Goo
be
Lagoon
sure
is
that
made
even
out
these
of
few remaining remnants
people.
of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass,
advanced
nothing will
darkness.
survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Good idea. Destroyed remnants of Rena. Uh-huh. This place has definitely seen better
So
days.
this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate.
I knew it.
Ever.
Told you. Told you guys. Rena's dead. I called it like half a game ago.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
This isn't
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever
advanced
trying.
darkness.
Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized
Yo.
Renan graveyard. Are you proposing
Glibbercy?
to disturb the dead slumber
Glibbercy.
just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not
Are we gonna
forget where we
final-
are.
fight the final
this
boss?
place deserves our
right.
respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
Push the line,
You
please,
think I
for
was already
science.
snorkeling in it or something?
Law, take a swim.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit
Yeah,
inside the
well, go
Renaissance
snorkeling
using
in it.
Sovereign and Maiden's power.
For science.
But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once
I'm
3
so
centuries ago.
We're already.
As for suppressing her thorns,
We're at 7.
Shion's had a lifetime's
We're at
experience.
740.
The problem isn't
How
just
long
our
is this
enemy's
boss?
strength.
Is this the ending?
that it's
Is this the final
sentient,
boss
too.
battle?
And you can bet anything you like, it's not going to just sit back and
Because
let
if
us
it is,
destroy it.
I don't know how
In
long
other
this is gonna
words,
take. This
we
might
need
take a
to
while.
find some way to
In
weaken
which,
it in advance.
in which case,
The
I don't
Great
know if
Spirit,
I can
that is.
do
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control.
If this is gonna last
we were
longer
able
than
to deal
20
with them
minutes,
directly. If
I
this
don't
is
know
their
how long
host,
we're gonna actually be able to
they
go.
should be
I'm
even
wondering
more
if I should
corporeal
stop here
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at
so
least.
that I can continue on
And
the
if we
final
can manage
boss
to
next
divert
time.
enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just
Okay,
be able to
Vexo.
weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy,
All right,
but it's
night,
our only
Vex.
shot.
Have a good one.
Time to buckle up.
Over and out. That's true,
Question
Deadly.
for ya.
We might
Let's
have to
say,
stop here. We
knock
might have
on
to
wood,
save this
everything
until
turns
next
out
stream
for the
because I
best.
feel like there's another
What'll
2
the
or
world
3
be
hours
like?
of content
Is that what
in
you're
this
asking?
game, at the very least.
Yeah, I mean,
In terms of
at the end of
story.
this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to
Not
change.
even
that's for
mentioning
sure.
the
world
Sword Art
will have to
Online
adjust
DLC.
to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renin rule, but if it just
Yeah, I
turns
still
the
gotta be
tables,
Kirito and
it's all
Asuna.
for naught.
That's true. Just
I
as bad
think
if the Danans started pressing their
was
own.
it Deadly? Somebody told me that there was
Danons, Astral Art users,
extra
mages.
end game content where
The
you
world
see
is full of
cameos from other
labels
Tales
used to
of
divide
games,
and separate
and as a
people.
Tales of fanboy,
If
someone
only
who's
we could
played
see
other Tales
differences
of
like
games,
that for what they are.
I have to see
no
the
different as
cameos.
someone having a
I-
musical
I-
talent or being good with their hands.
You know, I'm a big Tales of fanboy.
Not
I played
differences
a
so
lot of
much
the Tales
as
of games, so any Tales of cameo I see
It will take someone
will
in
be
power to set an example. But with
amazing
time,
to me.
people will
So I
follow.
have to see that.
And then, perhaps one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example.
We can murder
Imagine
everyone.
A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Yeah, every Tales of has like an end game, like arena where you fight other Tales of characters. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop that because I think there's about 3 or 4 hours of content left for the story and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna stop here, and we will save the celestial final boss on this mega planet of doom, filled with goop person ocean. Goop people ocean until next stream, and we will continue on the last dungeon or whatever the heck this place is, this insane place, wherever we are. We can continue on next stream. 2 disabled teleporters, that should tell you everything you need to know. 2 disabled teleporters. I have no idea. I don't know what Tales of game that is. Yeah, liquefied, literally an entire ocean made up of liquefied goopy people. Super cool. Love it. Fantastic. Let's find somebody to raid. I need to go get some food. I need to process everything that's happened in this stream. This entire plot arc has been absolutely insane. I am so curious as to where it goes from here. Yeah, we'll definitely do the final boss either. It'll probably be next Wednesday, because I do Tales of about once a week. So it'll probably be next Wednesday, and then we'll fight the final boss, and we'll see what exactly happens. Spoiler alert, I might have to smack somebody in the face with a giant fire sword. Go swimming in the goo. Wait, there's no lifeguard. You can't. Darn. Just go swimming in the person goo. Oh, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. What could possibly go wrong? Can you suggest someone? Yeah, Ruku. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Shoot me a suggestion. Now that you said lifeguard, you can think of that stupid video where the dude's like, I'm not swimming, I'm in the bathtub. It's just a bathtub. What could possibly go? Except for this one gives you superpowers if you swim inside the people goo. If you're doing good, you'll probably be able to get to the final boss next stream. Potentially. Oh, okay. I'm doing okay. KG2294. Okay. Ruku, I can do that. Usually plays older JRPGs. Alright, yeah, sounds good. Let's raid KG2294 playing Monster Rancher 2 DX. Oh, wow. That's you're not wrong, Ruku. It does play old school RPGs. All right, cool. Go give him some love. I'm very curious. This seems like someone I'd be related to. I haven't played Monster Rancher in a very long time, so I'm very curious. But thank you guys for hanging out. Spoopy Friday is my next stream. That'll be on Friday. I'll be playing more Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Probably the balloon game. Seeing where that goes. I don't know how ready I am. But anyways, thank you guys. Love all you guys. Give KG some love. Bye-bye, everybody. Yeah, I've seen that video before, too. Alright, see you guys. Balloons.